What in the hell do you think you're doing?
Hey, John Boy.
I'm telling you straight, it's my way or the highway. So anybody wants to walk, do it now.
Hey, everybody, we're all gonna get laid.
And again, it's picked up. It's Darius Leonard, a pick six for the Maniac. Touchdown, I-N-D-Y. Yes, sir.
Sabonis down the lane with authority.
John, I have never been better to be on the air with you here in Indianapolis, a place where so many of my dreams have come true.
The Ride with JMV on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, here we go. This is the third Backyard Bourbon broadcast of the summer of 2021. And we're actually going to do another one coming up, too. So we actually have one next week as well. We're at the Casa de Wilhelm out here in, is this McCordsville? Lawrence, McCordsville. We're right here on the line. We're on Carroll Road, off of Carroll Road, Todd says. And it's Lawrence officially is where we are here. Northeast side for Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 of 4 in the summer. Quick shout. We'll talk to him in a second. My man Brent Holverson, Heaven Hill Distillery, has got all the product out there you need right now, including Large City Bourbon, Evan Williams, Luna Azul Tequila, hats and stuff to give away, and, of course, we're going to give you the opportunity to get in our fantasy football league. We'll talk up that coming up with Brent because Brent's always a part of it. And we'll start that before the start of the NFL season as we did a year ago. And we will play winner-take-all style once again for your opportunity. Get this, at a bar restock courtesy of Heaven Hill Distillery. We shall do that and talk that up with Brent. Fantasy football is just about here, and Brent Holverson will join us a little bit later on. Ryan Stoltz is over there, New Belgium Brewing. Fruit Smash is the brand new hard seltzer. He's chopping it up a little bit with Ryan Nally, of course, of Joe's Grill, our friends, and Ooh, yeah, I'm telling you, all the Joe's Grill locations, Northeast Side, Castleton, Fishers, Westfield, Free Spirit, so much more. We're going to pay a lot of visits to those places over the course of the football season as well. So, again, we're here. We got the New Belgium Brewing. Voodoo Ranger, I believe, is here as well as Fat Tire. And we get food courtesy of Ford's Garage in Noblesville coming at you. The official hydration is that of Connecticut, Joe, John, and Dennis, and Connecticut Water. 3, the third of 4, coming up a little bit later. I know it's a big Friday night for everybody around here. Everybody is going to be out and about for the most part because it is night number 1 of the high school football season. Bob Lovell of Indiana Sports Talk, bottom of the hour, will go over a wide variety of games this evening, and there are some good ones. Of course, in my neck of the woods, or at least the team, the defending champions in my neck of the woods, you got a great one, maybe the game of the year and the decider in the MIC right off the bat there, right? You get Center Grove and Warren Central. That is, of course, a big deal later on this evening. We'll talk about that. I know that the Roncalli Royals hooking up with Southport. You got Cathedral in Westfield. Well, Brownsburg and Ben Davis coming up later on tonight, too. It is always choice when it is night number 1 of the high school football season. Bob Lovell is going to jump on board with us, and we shall discuss coming up at the bottom of the hour. Mike Wells of ESPN.com will get the latest from Colts camp. I know Mike has been busy because Mike and Kevin Bowen both were a part of the Fan Morning Show this morning. We'll get Mike on here and talk about quarterback stuff and really the relatable stuff that we have brought up, including the left tackle situation, what we think about that, and a lot more with Mike Wells coming up at the top of the hour, 4 o'clock. So, normally when we get together and we got some Nally representation and our Joe's Grills folks are here, normally when that takes place, we are honored with the presence of one Kent Murphy. Coach Kent Murphy is here, and it was awesome because I walked up there and he goes, "Hey, man," started talking, and he said, "Hey, you want to talk to Josh Reddick today?" Josh Reddick, of course, MLBer, and I believe Josh is going to join us at some point in the show, and we'll talk it up, a little baseball with Josh Reddick and Coach Kent Murphy coming up here later on in the show as well. Again, Northeast Side is our location, Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 for you on this Friday. It is incredibly busy. You got Minnesota hosting the Colts coming up tomorrow, preseason game number 2. 5 o'clock, your coverage begins right here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. So I'll go until 5, or actually from 5 until 7. Me and Bill Brooks, the Gorman, and Joe Wrights. Now, Gorman and Joe Wrights are going to be pulling double duty because they're both going to be in Minneapolis, and they're going to be doing the radio portion of the Colts broadcast coming up tomorrow. So it's just, I think, me and Bill Brooks. Of course, Bill Brooks is doing the post-game show as well, which Casey Valier from the Colts is going to step over and be a part of that too. So we are going to be busy tomorrow. That means the JMV Takeover does not kick off officially until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. That's 7 o'clock tomorrow night until midnight for the JMV Takeover on B105.7. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Colts junk and there. I wanted to get Brent Holverson on here early because we brought it up yesterday. We're going to have yet another edition of the Fantasy Football League for another bar restock courtesy of Heaven Hill Distillery and the man Brent Holverson, who also participates but gives us the bar restock to the winner at the end of the year. It is winner take all, and Brent joins us now. It always feels good when we're in August and doing one of these because it means we're pretty close to real football.
It is, and it's exciting to be back, right? I mean, time is now, the time is here, and what better way to kick it off than the beautiful Wilhelm residence here. So looking forward to it, and can't wait till we get that football season underway.
Oh, and the fantasy football season, which we love. I thought last year our fantasy league was fantastic because everybody stayed engaged. You know, normally, I mean, even with your friends, if you get so far behind, you kind of pull the plug on it, but it seemed like everybody kind of kept engaged with what was going on.
And there was some good competition there. I mean, we had a lot of good players out there, a lot of good teams, and looking forward to it again this year. I think last year you and I were battling back and forth there for a little while. So
yeah, and then I had to succumb to the greatness of your team, I think, there toward the end, too. It was sad. And let's face it, I was piecing mine together. During our draft, it started, and I was on the road with no service, so I had to pull off where I got a little bit of service and tried to draft along the side of the road, the shoulder of I-69 down in southern Indiana. So it was a little bit different, and I had to piece this thing together as we went along because I know my first pick was Christian McCaffrey. What did he give me, a month or so?
I think you got 3 or 4 games. That was about it.
That was about it, about a month, and then that was it, and I wasn't smart enough to get in on Mike Davis before you did, I believe, right?
Yep.
The backup running back, and then he ended up paying dividends for you the rest of the way.
Absolutely right. You know, and I will tell you this, though, John. I mean, I'm kind of scared when we're talking our Lunazul shots.
Yeah.
Because you steal my picks when I say those all night.
I do.
You went right
I write it all down. I think that's why. I think that the smartest thing you can do when it comes to anything, I don't care what level we're talking about, the decision maker of the NFL or people like us, you got to pay attention to what everybody else a little bit is doing. You can say you don't and you don't care, but a little bit on their thoughts. And you did lead me down the path a couple of different times.
You know what? I think you led me on one too. So I picked up on that. We played off of each other well. That was good.
No doubt.
Good.
That's Brent Holverson of Heaven Hill Distillery. What we got going on today down here under the tent?
Hey, you know, a beautiful, beautiful day for a backyard barbecue, right? So we've got all the Evan Williams out there. We've got our black label, white label, 1783, the new package. We've got our flavors. We've got some the Elijah Craig lineup. We got Larceny. We got Henry McKenna back there. We've got some Lunazul tequila. We've got all kinds of good stuff back there.
I'm already knocking down a little Larceny and what is my go-to staple in ginger ale, which is outstanding.
Not a better way to enjoy a nice, beautiful day in a backyard, my friend.
How was the summer gone with the product, all in all? Because remember the last Backyard Bourbon broadcast, you were unavailable, and Randy came down, and we talked to Randy for a little bit, but what's been going on with the product over the summer?
You know, things have been just tremendous. I mean, we've been on this roll for, I'd say the last year, but I'm going to call it the last 80 years, right? So, I mean, things have been going very good. We have a lot of new things coming up, too, that we'll maybe dash a little bit into.
Really
some fun
now?
Stuff coming on. But
are we talking flavors, different flavors, or what?
Just different things, John. We've got some different things. We'll kind of allude to it a little bit. I did bring a little treat out here today, though.
Okay.
I've got something you cannot get here at all. You can only get it in Kentucky. And that is, so I brought a little special bottle. I'll have to bring up a little.
I thought you were going to say tetanus.
Here.
No, but no.
What's that?
I thought you were going to say tetanus.
No.
You can only get in Kentucky. No, you can't. No. So it's not that, but it's something from the product line.
Something from the product line that, again, I'm fortunate to have a bottle and great people around here today, so I figured we'd come out and share a little bit of it.
And I also want to talk about this because I believe this is solidified now with Nally and the gang. We're going to be making a lot of Thursday appearances when it comes to Joe's Grill in Castleton, in Fishers, at the Free Spirit, over in Westfield at the Joe's Grill location.
I'll give you a little rundown.
I'm ready for it.
Here,
Let's do it.
So I know we're getting ready for this. So Thursday, September 9th, we kick off the NFL season. We kick off our Larceny Lock Louisville Shot Show, and that's going to be at the famous Slippery Noodle downtown.
Right on.
So from there, we've got, just give a quick run through, Joe's Grill in Westfield the following. Then we got Coach's Tavern, Joe's Grill in Fishers, Coach's Tavern for 2 times in a row.
Shout out to little Tommy S.
Tommy,
if you're listening.
Yep. Saw Tommy last night at Hall & Oates. Good to see him as always.
I will have to talk about that later because I bailed on it, and I think Chris Egg is going to call in and make fun of me a little bit later on. But continue.
That's great. Yeah. Mid-October, we'll be at the Free Spirit Lounge, Joe's Grill Castleton, the new Parks Place Pub in Fishers. We've got a couple appearances there.
Now, I'm not unaware of this place. What is that?
It is outstanding. A great friend of ours in the Joe's family, Joshua Malin, he's up there. He's a bar manager. Great spot right downtown on Main Street, 116th Street right there.
Really?
Beautiful place. Great patio. Great TV package is unreal. Shout out to Dan North if he's out there. He put this stellar package together. So
I think I've met Dan before, right?
You have. He's been around. He's around. He's a big friend and family member of the Joe's crew. So
yeah, there's no doubt.
So then we got Joe's Westfield Pearl Street Pizzeria. We're going to be back down there in
Love that
November.
place.
Then we've got our Fansgiving at Brothers in Broad Ripple. And then we'll do Joe's Grill Fishers, Joe's Grill Castleton, Coach's Tavern, and then wrap up the year at Parks Place Pub.
That is absolutely outstanding. You can't get any better than that now, can you?
I tell you what, my friend, this was it's a treat to have all these guys on board.
Yeah,
and,
it is.
It's just I can't wait to get back in there. We've taken a couple of years at the casinos, which is great. Now we're back out in the on-premise world where we love. So
here's what's so amazing about it. So we didn't have anything set in stone, and then you went to work on it, and literally in 3 hours, everything, the entire season,
it was
set.
It was.
It was amazing.
It was, and I feel bad. I mean, we got to have some more shows, and we will get some more shows for playoff time. We'll talk about that. Do another March Madness run. We got a lot of great accounts out there that would love to have your show in there. So we'll definitely look forward to doing that.
That is Brent Holverson with us. All right. So what are you liking about the way the preseason and training camp shaping up? Have you thought at all about the fantasy football picks that you're going to make? I mean, at all? Have you given it any thought to this point?
I haven't really peeked much at it yet, John. I'm just
kind of the usual suspects. It's always the usual suspects at the beginning, though.
Oh, yeah. I will tell you, I'm extremely excited that number 12 is back in Green Bay for at least one more season. We got that drama out of the way.
So he is back. At the very least, he's going to bring you guys a title, right? Is that what's happening?
I think that's going to happen this year. Is
that your belief? Are you going to pick them to win here and right now?
Green Bay Packers win the Super Bowl. Rodgers rides out on a horse in the sunset. He's going to go on Jeopardy, close out his career.
Yeah, because the guy on Jeopardy quit today, I think, right? So that gig is still open. Now, will you be okay? How okay are you with the situation at hand and what apparently his exit strategy will be at the end of this year? Will it be okay if they win a title? Will you go, hey, greatest of all time here? Here he is. Even though he's leaving and likely next year to play someplace else, maybe someplace else to maybe beat your ass.
I hate the way that the offseason went because it kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. I love the dude. I think he's one of the best to play the game right now. Packers, we've been fortunate to have. We had Brett Favre for 16 years. Rodgers is going on his 17th year for us. And then, hey, we got this little guy named Jordan Love who has looked pretty good in preseason to hopefully carry another 16 past Rodgers. So we'll see.
Well, they did it before. I don't think anybody thought that was going to be able to be done. I mean, everybody was pretty sour, right? Whenever Favre left.
Yeah, and you would have thought that Rodgers would have learned a little bit of something from that.
Yeah.
And he came in and waited 3 years, and look what it did for his career. And he's kind of the same thing's happening now that was going on with him and Favre is going on with him and Love now. So it's kind of like I thought he would have learned something a little bit. His character kind of took a notch down on it for me, but he's still an outstanding leader and quarterback. And I don't know if you've seen any of those little throws he's been making, those little corner nets, 50-yard throws, dropping them on a dime. Dude is good, man.
I guess the way that it seems right now, and who knows how this is going to play out, but the way that it seems is everybody seems happy. I mean, whether or not that's just all fake, phony, just for the cameras or whatever in camp, but it does look like everybody is at this point happy with where they are in the present, and maybe even happy with their destination. As far as where they're going to be next, you don't have all that chirping that had gone on in the
all
offseason.
The chirping is gone.
Yeah.
I think it's play football now, right? You get paid to play football. They're going to get out and do it. And hey, little things like bringing Randall Cobb back.
Yeah.
Rodgers is out lobbying to get Clay Matthews back now. He hadn't played in a year and a half. So they're trying to build this thing back together for one last hurrah. And, hopefully it's not the last hurrah, but, hey, if it is, let's go out in a bang in 2021 here.
That is Brent Holverson with us, the backyard of Todd Wilhelm. We're in Lawrence, officially, off of Carroll Road. Shout out to Bobby Jefferson. He is some hot sauce, and he is an awesome dude. He just actually delivered some school products for Teachers Treasures to us a couple of days ago. I guess Bobby lives in this neighborhood someplace, too. I guess apparently we're taking up a lot of space on the road.
There's a few cars out there. But hey, if you're in the neighborhood, come by and grab a cocktail and say hello.
Why not right here? I mean, we're kind of, I always kind of coy, right, about it, right or wrong, about, well, here's where we are in this general vicinity. If you really wanted to have a beverage with us, it's not that hard to find.
It's not, and you will not find more gracious hosts than Todd and Kit Wilhelm.
Oh, they're great.
Hey, come by and have one with us if you get a chance. If not, look for us coming out soon. Hey, September, we'll be out every Thursday starting September 9th.
And we have another Backyard Bourbon broadcast coming up next week as well, which is a great thing. By the way, you can sign up at 1075thefan.com. Now, this one, I did want to explain. This is one that's really special, right, when it came to Todd and family having us here.
Absolutely was. We, we did a donation on both of our parts for the Mount Vernon School Foundation Association. And Todd was so gracious to purchase it and donate some money to the schools. And here we are. We're going to be able to have a great time in the backyard.
I love it.
Enjoy some cocktails.
And see, that really makes me feel good. It's one thing to do this and to be around folks, and that's great. But it's look at my man right here. There's Bobby Jefferson in the house. Hey, get on here for a second. Talk to us just really quick. This guy, you read his tweets often because he's a big time Colts guy. He does a lot of GMing on his Twitter account too. Even more than that, though, he is an awesome guy. He is a protector of all of us with his career. And he benefits, he gives to and helps others benefit from our Teachers Treasures initiative every single year. Bobby Jefferson's in the house. So you live in this neighborhood here?
Right around the corner, man.
Right around the corner?
Right around the corner, yeah.
All right. So did you have any idea this is where I was going to be until you saw the car out here?
I didn't. I saw the truck, and I was like, wait a minute. I remember seeing the truck when you were at Whiskey Business.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. How are things going?
Good, man. Just got off work. And
yeah. Now, tell everybody what you do for a living, if that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I work for IMPD, East District, been around for 15 years, and that's what I do.
And your kids go to Belzer, correct?
One does. The other two are at Amy Beverland.
Okay, and Belzer, you guys had football season start. I think one got started and one didn't, right?
7th grade got going. 8th grade's on the shelf for another 2 weeks.
Man, I got my fingers crossed that we don't see this more widespread further down the road.
90 minutes before kickoff.
That's not good.
Got called.
Man, wow. 90 minutes before kickoff.
Yeah.
Now, did you hear about anybody else? Because I haven't. Because I know you, I saw what you tweeted.
Yeah.
And that's my major concern, that we're going to start seeing this more widespread.
Not so much high school, but the middle schools right now are really feeling it.
Yeah, my daughter goes to Mount Vernon Middle School, and they're going all virtual starting Monday.
Are they really?
Yes. Yeah.
Man.
Back
that is
to
going
it. It's
to
crazy.
bum me out there. I mean, Russ really going to bum me out. So, anyway, hey, what's going on with you? How do you like this Colts team this year?
I like them, but it all boils down to not the quarterback, but the left tackle.
Yeah, we got a problem. It's problematic left tackle wise, Bobby. I probably can't, but you might be able to find, and I hate to say this because I sound like a jackass when I do, but you might be able to find somebody here do it better than what we saw in preseason game 1.
There's no lies there.
Yeah. I mean, and see, that is the problem. And I know this to be true, that I know that they had hoped that Phillip Rivers would give them one more year, even though he was on a one-year deal,
Yeah.
and they felt that at the very least Costanzo would play out his 2 years, both of which decided not to do. And I guess ultimately in this game, in this profession, if you're surprised by that, I mean, you're going to have to eat that a little bit. I mean, you probably shouldn't be surprised by that. And they were, and, they prepared themselves. I like Eric Fisher, but the timetable is such where you hope you don't get buried before he gets back.
Right. Yeah, and
that's
those 5 games coming out the
I'm telling
gate.
you.
Ooh.
It is. Hey, thanks for being and listening and doing what you do, man. I see your tweets all the time. You're a great guy. Thanks for doing what you do. And
I'm glad you got your package. I'm glad you got your package.
I did, and I appreciate that, too. And I know Margaret loves it, so absolutely. Yeah. How long have you been with IMPD here on the East Side?
15 years.
15 years.
15 years.
Thank you for your service, my friend.
Yeah, he's a good man. Hey, great to see you, man. Hang around for a little bit if you want to with everybody.
If I'm allowed, I will.
I think you're allowed to.
Yeah.
I think you're more than allowed to. We invite... people see us on the road here. They just normally pull up, and there you go.
Well, where is my neighbor? Where is he at?
Todd's around, right? There's Todd.
There he is. He's right there.
So,
hey, it's great to see you, man. Thank you for the Teacher's Treasure supplies, too.
No problem.
See, great Bobby Jefferson right there. Brent Holverson is with us. All right, you got something special you're going to crack open a little bit later on,
Got something special. I'll bring up next little segment we get into a little bit. We'll do a little taste test.
I love the taste test stuff. I do. And by the way, Ford's Garage, my man Richard, they are on the way with the food from Noblesville right now. Ford's Garage in Noblesville, all a part of the Backyard Bourbon broadcast. I believe my good friend, the former IU and NBA hooper, Brian Evans, is going to slide by here a little bit later on as well. If you guys remember, we did one, I think, right down the way.
Yes.
At the Admiral's, what is it? It's always something's Admiral around here.
Yeah.
Is it the Admiral's Nest?
Admiral's Landing. I think it was Admiral's Landing.
The Admiral's Nest. I think I just made that up. The Admiral's Nest.
There might be one. There's a few.
But he actually came by, and I was doing the show, and I think he got out of there without talking. So we're going to make him talk a little bit later on today.
Absolutely.
So Brent Holverson right there. Again, Heaven Hill Distillery. We have you covered for fantasy football coming up this year. We have a winner-take-all bar restock coming up. There's my man Richard right there from Ford's Garage with the food on the way. Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 of 4 this year. We're in the backyard of Todd Wilhelm, officially in Lawrence.
Officially
in Lawrence is our location right here. Bob Lovell is going to get us updated on night number 1 of the high school football season coming up at the bottom of the hour. Mike Wells of ESPN.com is going to join us at the top of the 4. Coach Kent Murphy is going to hit some dingers and talk it up with Josh Reddick, power hitting outfielder from MLB, coming up in the 5 o'clock hour as well. And a lot more for you. Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 on a Friday. It's 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Right now, it's a seller's market. I'm Patrick Keller with Crest Point Real Estate. Get your free home value estimate from me in 60 seconds at sellwithpatrick.com.
Summertime, and the refi is easy. With home values soaring and interest rates at a historic low 2.25%, now is the time to let Golden Oak Lending help you tap into your growing home equity. But home values this high and rates this low won't be around forever. Visit GoldenOakLending.com today and enjoy the feeling of summer all year long.
NMLS 114937, 2.25% fixed, 3.195% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
Hi, we're OfferPad, the new way homes are sold. Go to OfferPad.com, tell us about your home, and we'll send you a great cash offer. Or, if that's not your style, we can also list your home with tons of free OfferPad services, free handyman fixes, house cleaning, yard work, and more to get your home show-ready. We can even advance renovation costs to maximize your home's value. Whatever way you want to sell, you're sold with OfferPad. Sell your way today at OfferPad.com. Terms and conditions apply. Real estate brokerage services provided by OfferPad Brokerage LLC. Equal housing opportunity.
That should do it with your new Anderson 400 series windows. So stylish and easy to install. I have these exact ones in my own home.
Honestly, John, we couldn't be happier.
They're perfect.
They last a long time. Don't think you'll be needing me again. So this is probably goodbye. Alex, Julie, we'll see ya.
I hate goodbyes.
Alex, John was our contractor.
Anderson 400 series are the windows contractors trust most. Learn more at AndersonWindows.com. 2020 Anderson brand survey of U.S. contractors. Visit AndersonWindows.com for warranty details.
When times are tough, people need more than dependable health insurance. They need dependable help so they can live a better life. That's why the CareSource Life Services Program provides our members personalized coaching to help get them steady jobs, safe housing, and reliable rides. Our members receive stable, healthy Indiana plan benefits, but also the trusted guidance they need from CareSource to gain more independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining health insurance.
At Metro by T-Mobile, we don't think you should pay extra for unlimited 5G. Introducing the big 5G upgrade. Experience 5G speed at no extra cost. Ditch your overpriced connection with Boost and Cricket and save half off their top plans when you switch to Metro, the leader in prepaid. Get 1 line of unlimited smartphone data for just $25 a month with 5G access included at no extra cost. Plus, get a free Samsung Galaxy 5G with trade-in. All with the power of the T-Mobile 5G network. Rule your day with unlimited high-speed data and a free 5G phone. Only at Metro. Limited time in-store only. If congested data users greater than 35 gigabytes per month notice lower speeds and Metro customers notice lower speeds versus T-Mobile due to deprioritization. Leader based on prepaid subs June 2021. Save half based on 1 line Boost and Cricket unlimited plans. See store for details.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Amazon is offering sign-on bonuses up to $1,000, plus get up to $20 an hour for select roles. The best part? We're hiring near you, so start now to take home something greater. New, higher wages with a sign-on bonus, a range of real benefits, and career growth opportunities in a top-rated workplace. So earn more and see how great pay and sign-on bonuses can lead to a greater life for you. Go to amazon.com/apply. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Oh, while we're in lawn and garden, I was thinking I should pick up one of those little things for watering my plants.
A hose?
No, the things that look like teapots, but for plants. You know, you tip it over and it goes blah, 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 blah.
You're good at describing words you've forgotten.
Like those things that give the plants a shower, you know, that you fill up.
A watering can?
Yes, a watering can. I knew that.
We're good at your insurance. Find an Indiana Farm Bureau insurance agent online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
Join Sertoma Club of Greenwood for Whamfest Festival of Wine, Art, Music, and Microbrews Saturday, August 21st at Craig Park in Greenwood. Tickets and more at whamfest.com.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Your home for indie sports. Now with even more ways to listen.
Listen on air.
Online at 1075thefan.com.
And on our free app.
Stay connected to all things indie sports, including the latest news, show blogs, and catch up on what you've missed with our podcast.
We're never more than just a click away.
Download our app at Google Play and on the App Store. From your home for indie sports.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Ride with JMV.
Hey, you gonna stare all day or you gonna buy something? I'm gonna stare all day.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
The Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 of 4, as Richard in Ford's Garage has arrived with the food. Shout out to the official hydration. That is Joe, John, and Dennis in Connecticut. New Belgium Brewing is here. Ryan Stoltz, the Fruit Smash Hard Seltzer products is what they have. What else you got? A little Voodoo Ranger over there, some Fat Tire that always works, and our guy Brent Holverson, he is locked in over there with the Larceny Bourbon, the Evan Williams, the Elijah Craig, the Luna Azul Tequila. That and more with Brent while we're here. It's great to see Bobby Jefferson hanging out with us for a little bit, too. That's always awesome. Brent joined us in that first segment. We got a lot more for you as well coming up. Mike Wells, ESPN.com, little Colts conversation, preseason game 2 coming at you tomorrow night. 5 the official Colts pregame huddle coverage begins with me, Bill Brooks, the Gorman, and Joe Wright's coming up tomorrow. Again, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon right here. Brian Evans, former Hoosier, a little bit later on. Josh Reddick, MLBer. Coach Kent Murphy believes he's an MLBer because he just hits dingers. My man's going to join us coming up a little bit later, too. Meantime, Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline. It's fantastic to have him back now that it is for real. High school football season underway tonight throughout the state of Indiana. He'll have you covered later on this evening on the network Indiana-affiliated stations across this state. It's called Indiana Sports Talk for a 28th year. Let's welcome in our friend Bob Level to the Andy Moore Automotive Group Hotline. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Hey, John. I'm great. How are you?
You get a little extra amped on a night like tonight?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you better. I mean, it's a big night for everybody.
It is. How much you take away from our champions or our runners-up from a year ago being in a similar position to make a run 2 straight years?
Well, I think there's no substitute for winning a championship because, number one, it continues to raise that bar of expectations that your program has, and you take great pride in what you do, and you want to be a group that repeats as champions. Secondly, young kids in that quest to win a championship spend a lot of days in practice going against older kids and upperclassmen, and so you can't put a substitute on the number of repetitions that you get while you're practicing an additional 2 months, so to speak, rather than everybody else. And so you put together the factor of growing and becoming bigger and stronger and faster and getting more repetitions and understanding what it took to win the championship mentally, physically, and in terms of being a team. And so there are a whole lot of reasons why the rich get richer, so to speak, in this sport.
So Bob Level, Indiana Sports Talk, back with you. It's for real coming up later on tonight for sure. How difficult is it? And I know that I'm sure that Eric Moore and Mike Kirsten and others could certainly better answer this question than any of us. But how difficult is it to start out with not only your chief rival in your league, but also when it comes to like CG and Warren, I mean, out of the gate, this might help decide ultimately a MIC title. How difficult is it in that first game to really get all that going and to be playing at your highest level so early?
Well, coach speak for this, John, goes along the lines of, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, right? So that's the coach line. And some give it, some don't, but for the most part, that's the standard rhetoric that you get when you're in a situation like that. I think if coaches took some time and sat down and talked to you about it realistically, you're always concerned about injuries. You're always concerned about losing key players early in a game. And I think the other thing you're concerned about in a situation like this is, look, both teams are really, really good, especially Center Grove. They're loaded. And you just wonder if you don't participate well and play well and lose, what that does to you in terms of your psyche. Because the other part, too, now, is both these teams will come out of this game and continue on in the MIC schedule, which is it's tough, as we all know. And I think Center Grove can point to last year where they didn't get off to a great start, but they managed to stay together mentally and physically and made the run to the championship. But I think there are a lot of things that play in a game of this magnitude this early.
To Bob Level of Indiana Sports Talk, he joins us. I got a lot of respect because Greg Rakestraw sees absolutely everything. Nobody knows that as much as you do. I'm kind of curious. He has mentioned that Caden Curry is along the lines of one of the best he has ever seen play at the high school level. What do you think about the kid from Center Grove and just the incredible ceiling of opportunity he has for Eric Moore and that squad defensively this season?
Well, he's transformational in terms of what he can do single-handedly, and then when you put him around some talented kids on the defensive unit that they have, I mean, you have to game plan for him, know where he is, try to avoid him. But as I mentioned, he's the kind of kid who can turn some things around just defensively with what he does and his ability to disrupt what you're trying to do and keep you out of a flow. And when you need a big play made on that side of the ball, Caden Curry is the kid who can make that play.
Ben Davis in Brownsburg. What strikes you about that? I know Brownsburg lost some dudes. There's no question about that. I think they thumped Ben Davis a year ago. What do you think about that matchup?
I think it's one where you're still trying to figure out. They're both teams who are works in progress, so to speak, because of the graduation on both sides. You just like the progress that Brownsburg's making under the direction of John Hart. He's won championships here and in Illinois. He knows how to win. I think Ben Davis has a lot to prove to themselves. I don't think they started playing much, much better as the season progressed last year, and I think if they can continue that momentum, this becomes a really good game.
Cathedral and Westfield. Westfield had just an incredible season a year ago. Take nothing away from them. How did they reload this year? And, you know, when it comes to Cathedral, that's exactly what they do year after year. That's expected.
I understand the Center Grove and Warren Central matchup is on the radar of everybody, but this game is not that far away in terms of caliber of play and coaching and the pace at which it'll be played. These are two really good football teams who are state contenders. They're championship contenders in both their classes. And so I think it's a fun game. And again, you go back to what I said about Center Grove and Warren, those things are still true when you're playing teams of that caliber in your first game out. You want a barometer of what your team is about, and you're going to find out starting at about 7 o'clock tonight.
He's Bob Lovell of Indiana Sports Talk joining us. It is night number 1 of high school football throughout the state of Indiana. Of course, Bob will have you covered with all the interviews later on tonight and the scoreboard updates, and you're going to find out exactly what the team that you like that maybe you did not have the opportunity to see is doing on this particular night. Let's have you go around the state of Indiana. Besides, you know, these big games that we've talked about in week number 1, what else are you fancied with as far as these matchups to get out of the date in 2021?
Andrean and Merrillville is always a great game. Lafayette Jeff and West Lafayette, Valpo and Penn. Those are good. Carroll and Lourdes up in the Fort Wayne area is always a great matchup. Bloomington South and New Albany, down south, like that a lot. Dwenger and Wayne, Valpo and Penn. You got some really good. Castle and Evansville North. Columbus East and Whiteland is another great matchup. So, John, week 1, you know, you don't have a lot of conference games to schedule, and so you're trying to find that great non-conference matchup. That's why week 1 and week 2 are so fun in terms of matchups around the state.
Is Bob Lovell with us? Before I let you go, I better mention this because my kid's going to be there, and I'm going to have to go get him coming up a little bit later on. But there's a high level, and there always is at Roncalli because of their tradition. But coming off a title a year ago, the level of expectations are at the ceiling right now without question. They have an offensive line that I don't know in a lot of ways across the landscape of Indiana high school football. You're going to find many that match up with the numbers of big dudes they have along that line. But what do you think about the Royals defending? I guess the first time for the Royals to defend Roncalli from what they accomplished a year ago.
I think they are a very, very good team. You talked about it. They have a lot of kids back from a defensive unit that was tough to score against. Offensively, they're not a team that makes mistakes. They have big strike capability. Everything about them. You talk about tradition. You talk about history and expectations, not to mention the fact they've been through this. They know what they need to do, how do they need to prepare, and how they need to execute. So they're a good football team. This early on, they're in that group of people who can win their championship.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's tradition. I think that staff has done such an incredible job, honestly. looking at what they've done. I mean, when you win a title, it goes without saying, but just from top to bottom, building that thing as they have is pretty amazing.
I couldn't agree more. If you think back, they kind of leveled some things off not long ago and have turned it around and have gotten back to the to playing at the level they had. It's just a minor blip on the radar screen, but they're legit. As always, they're a tremendous football team.
Shout out to Mr. Strykowski, or Coach Strykowski, of that special teams unit of the Roncalli Royals, who also, during the mornings and the afternoons over at Roncalli, Bob, is the geography teacher. And I can go at some folks geography-wise. I can get it done.
Like me as being a world-class geography scholar. No question at all.
Yeah.
So.
I can get it now. I will say this. If you start talking about rock formations and climates, then you might lose me a little bit. But locations, cities, capitals, bodies of water, I'm on top of that, Bob Lovell.
Those are good skills to have, too, John, by the way, especially the business you're in. Knowing where lakes and rivers are invaluable in doing what you do for a living.
Yeah, I know it. I mean, just think about that. Had I just, and I love it down there, and you know that, I mean, had I just stayed in GC, all I really had to know was like the east and the west fork of the White River. That'd be enough.
Yeah, I think this is a skill that would have served you well had you maintained that Greene County residency, but fortunately for the rest of us, you didn't.
No doubt about that. What time you guys hit the airways tonight?
9:30.
9:30. Here you go. Year number 28 for you, too, right?
Yeah, you know what? That's hard to believe when you say it, but it is our 28th season of doing the show, and just thrilled to be able to do it because it's so much fun, and hope that people can, when they finish with a game, jump in your car, hit scan, and find us, and hopefully we'll do what we have done for these last 28 years.
It really does always amaze me with the folks that the coaches and people you have such incredible relationships with, and just moving from one thing to the other. It's always an amazing broadcast, but even more so on night number 1 of the high school football season. Indiana Sports Talk, year number 28 for our good friend Bob Lovell. He's joining us via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Bob, thank you for the time. Enjoy night number 1, and we'll talk at you next Friday.
Thank you, John. Thanks for having me.
Indiana Sports Talk's Bob Lovell for a 28th year at the helm of Indiana Sports Talk. 9:30 later on tonight, Network Indiana. Across the state of Indiana. I used to be able to name some of those, too. I might struggle with that tonight. Hey, who's on our airwaves tonight? Kyle, back at the studio. What game
Lawrence
do we
North
have?
versus Avon.
LN and Avon. Who is doing that?
I know Brendan King is on the play-by-play. I think Jim Leisure is on the color.
Nice. We'll say Brendan King and Jim Leisure tonight for LN and Avon coming at you, too. Man, there's a lot happening. I didn't even mention, I know that Decatur Central in action. I mean, everybody's in action tonight, too. So, nice schedule, to say the least. All right, Backyard Bourbon Broadcast. This is number 3 of 4 in the summer of 2021. Brought to you by Heaven Hill Distillery. New Belgium Brewing. Ryan Stoltz is over there with the Fruit Smash Hard Seltzer. He's also got some Voodoo Ranger and, as usual, the Fat Tire Beer. And Richard and Ford's Garage brought it again. The food is out, and Coach Kenton Murphy, to be able to hit dingers, you've got to get like 19 scoops of mac and cheese right there, man. You can't skip. If you're a dinger hitter, then you're digging on the mac and cheese. He's going to join us a little bit later on, and so is MLB outfielder, power hitter Josh Reddick is going to be with us coming up a little bit. Hey, Nal, are you doing that for me? Yeah, now you can say that, man. Come on, what are you doing? Backyard of Todd Wilhelm is our location. We're in Lawrence today. That's looking good right there, my brother. I think Brian Evans, the former Hoosier, is going to join us coming up in a couple of minutes. Played NBA as well. We'll talk to Brian about a variety of things. Wells, top of the hour, more to come. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3. We're on the road in Lawrence on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Summer is here, so kids, tell your parents about the Forum Credit Union's Sprout of the Month contest, where you could win $100 in a Sprout account. Details at 1075thefan.com.
Hey, I'm Piper. Here's my deal. I like to strike when the iron's hot. At Bill Estes Chevy, they've got hot deals, so I'm on my way into their cool showroom. Right now, get $7,000 off the new Equinox, $5,000 off the new Traverse, and $3,000 more for your trade. With 55 pre-owned vehicles for less than $20,000, I know I'll find a car that makes me happy. $7,000 off the Equinox, $5,000 off the Traverse, and $3,000 more for your trade. At Bill Estes Chevy, they take my budget and get me more. I-465 in Michigan Road, the friendliest intersection in Indy.
Hey, JMV here for LD Smith Plumbing. I tell you all the time, if you need somebody plumbing-wise that you can always, and I mean always count on, hey, let's just talk it up the way that it is. 317-284-9526 is the only number you will ever need. Large or small jobs or those emergencies that come. Again, they're emergencies. Things go haywire. And you want somebody like this, like Lance and his local team, to have your back, and they do at 317-284-9526. That's LD Smith Plumbing online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Now's the time to book your team's fantasy football draft party at Twin Peaks. Visit Twin Peaks today to take advantage of sweet draft party prizes for the whole league, or go to twinpeaksrestaurant.com/fantasy draft for more info. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
The first bet on Caesar Sportsbook app is up to $5,000 risk-free, people. When I told my team about the idea, they said I was being too wonderful and magnificent. But I don't care how awesome this makes me. I'm doing this for the people. So just download the app, and that first bet is up to $5,000 risk-free. Caesar made an app for the people.
Must be 21. Offer valid in Indiana only and for new players. Paid in bet credits. Terms and conditions apply. See Caesars.com/promos. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Summer happens at Speedway, because everything you need for summer happens at Speedway. Like drinks. Drinks happen. The freshly brewed drink, the splashed over ice drink, the wake you up drink, the cool you off drink, the make your brain hurt for a minute drink. All poured however you want them, whenever you want them, all summer long. So on every hot day, you have something cold to sip. Speedway. Summer happens here. And now, get any size fountain or Speedy Freeze for just 89 cents. Excludes maximum.
Hey, John here for BullseyeEventGroup.com, the Colts VIP tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. All you can eat, and celebrity chef Aaron May gets the party started with the food. All you can drink, then, of course, you've got the entertainment. DJ Skids and DJ Helicon inside the Bullseye Event Center. Now, I mention this all the time. It's one thing to go to every Colts home game. That's awesome. But to make the game day experience the best it can be, you got to make sure you're a part of this pregame party. It's the best. BullseyeEventGroup.com, the Colts VIP tailgate. It is presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. Get your passes for week number 1. And what the heck, week number 2 as well. BullseyeEventGroup.com today.
Donating plasma is an important thing to do.
But why?
Well, because it helps make life-changing medicines that treat people with rare diseases.
But why?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
But why?
You sound like Grandma.
But why?
You tell me, buddy. BioLife Plasma Services needs life-saving plasma, which is why new donors could earn up to $1,100 in the first month. So go ahead and take a break from all the questions and change some lives while you're at it. BioLife. There's purpose in your plasma. Visit biolifeplasma.com to learn more.
When it comes to working at Geico, our best advocates are our employees, like Justina. But since she is so focused on growing her career, we hired an actor to read her story.
At Geico, I receive support from those above me. If you want to move up, you really have that relationship and encouragement.
As a full-time employee, she can even get paid training and tuition reimbursement. Yep, there's no stopping her now. She's even taking over book club.
Ready to start your career, Indy? We're hiring claim sales and service agents. Apply online today at geico.jobs/Indy.
Of course, she needs a college education, but I don't want her buried in student loans for the rest of her life.
It starts here.
She needs a school with great resources, but some of these campuses are so big.
The School of Health and Human Sciences at IUPUI has the resources of a big university on a campus with a hometown feel. It's a more affordable option with access to career paths in Indy's world-class healthcare and sports entertainment hospitality organizations.
At those big schools, I'm worried she'll just be a number.
Hey, it starts here.
Hey, why not IUPUI?
That's what I was thinking.
Graduates in the fitness management and personal training or physical education teacher program are getting the country in shape at clinics, community centers, nursing homes, and more. Through research projects and internships, they gain knowledge to change lives as personal trainers, health coaches, PE teachers, and fitness directors.
The School of Health and Human Sciences at IUPUI. It starts here. Learn more at shhs.iupui.edu.
Hey, it's John here for Love Heating and Air. Love Heating and Air at 317-353-2141. If your cooling unit's not doing the job, and you can tell that by virtue, if you looked at the temps going into next week, too, it is going to be hot and humid. Make sure you're staying cool and comfortable in your home. And if it's working inefficiently, it's not costing you money. So call John and Chris Love, 317-353-2141. They'll make sure that you are good to go with a checkup, a tune-up. If you need new equipment, they'll do that, too, at the best prices around. It is Love Heating and Air, 317-353-2141. Online, love-hvac.com today.
There's still time to get the backyard of your dreams. Book a project this week and Indy Decorative Concrete will get you in this season. Call today, 317-784-1464.
Monday on the Fan Morning Show, Kevin Bowe and Brendan King back live at Grand Park, recapping a busy weekend, including week 2 of the preseason for the Colts. Join us, 7 to 10 a.m.
The Ride with JMV.
Let me have a Diablo sandwich, a Dr. Pepper, make it fast. I'm in a damn hurry.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, I missed it last night. Hagan and Wes Woodward of Fox 59 went in my place, and I heard the Hall & Oates and Squeeze, fantastic, at Ruoff last night. I did not make it, and I deserve to be made fun of because of that, too. Hey, by the way, I got a call from Doug Bowles. This is not open to the public, but if you have a way to get into the Speedway next to the Pagoda about 9 o'clock tonight, for Hendricks Regional Health, if you got somebody a connection, Styx is playing a private function over there. They're playing a private function for our good friends at Hendricks Regional Health. Coming up later on this evening. Doug Bowles said, hey, you want to come out here and see Styx? Tommy Shaw's out here. And I said, yeah, let's do it. Around 9 o'clock later on tonight. If you have any connections, go out there and check it out. Joining us now, he's the former Hoosier, former NBAer, and friend of mine, Brian Evans, joins us during this Backyard Bourbon broadcast. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I'm doing real good now.
There's nothing wrong with this, is there?
No, there's nothing wrong.
This works. Now, you were at one with us a year ago. And I was talking, and I guess you just kind of slid by for a minute and then slid right on out of here, right?
Well, it was hot like this. I don't last very long in this kind of weather.
Man, you're from the TH, though. It always gets hot. It's always 10 degrees hotter in Terre Haute and Vincennes and Evansville than anywhere else. So you should be used to it. How are things going?
Very good. Very good. Can't complain.
Yeah. And
beautiful Friday.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Hey, I don't think I've ever asked you. Certainly I have privately, but publicly, what do you think about Mike Woodson getting started down at Bloomington?
Well, I think it's time to get excited about it. You know, we haven't had any momentum in a long time, and it feels like we've got some. So, you know, certainly ignited things on campus, and, you know, certainly guys like myself that have played in the past can really relate to him. And, you know, I think he's got the ingredients that these young players are looking for, with somebody that's got maybe a roadmap to help them get to that next level, whether it's the NBA or overseas or, you know, any kind of league. He's been there. He's been at the highest level, and he played. So he checks all those boxes. He was a player. He was a coach at that next level, and I think it attracts the youth of today, so I think that's a big deal.
Here's Brian Evans with us. So many people ask me all the time, why do you always say, and I'm talking about me when I talk about it being necessary to get somebody with an IU connection to the past greatness. Why has that, in this case, been so important?
Well, I think more than anything, it's that what hasn't worked.
Yeah.
And I think the more, you know, finding somebody from outside of the family has continued to not work, or as well as we've wanted it to, has become a little more attractive every time we've made a hire, going, man, we got to get one of our own and see how that works. And so I think it was time for that. So now he's here. He's a guy that's very relatable. The young guys like him. I know a lot of former guys that are a little bit older than me, guys that played with him. No one will say a bad word about Mike Woodson, which is cool. I don't know him real well. He's always been friendly to me. I'm looking forward to maybe getting to know him a little bit better. But on top of everything, let's go win.
Yeah, it's about that time to get back on the consistency track again, you know?
Yep.
I mean, I think it's one thing to have, well, the last 4 years they had nothing, but, prior to that to have a year here or there or get to a Sweet 16, but, yeah, it's time to live up to those expectations again for real.
Yep. I agree. Hopefully he can get us there. We got, now we've got several former players and, that
Right.
are back in part of the program, and I think the Thad Mata piece could be, I can't tell you what he does on a day-to-day basis, but his name is prevalent. He, had a lot of success everywhere he's been. The fact that he's a part of it, willing to sit down on maybe a recruiting visit here and there, I don't think we should underestimate the value of Thad Mata.
So Brian Evans, the former Hoosier from Terre Haute South, the former NBAer, joins us too. And somebody was asking me, and Kyle back at the studio knows this too, I rarely get sleep. Until now. And I used to complain about that until now. You represent, along with former Hoosier Steve Green, Aurora. And it's helping me get sleep. And it is state-of-the-art. It is awesome. And I want to thank you very much for putting me on that program.
Well, that's great to hear. Never one happy for you.
I need it.
Man, when you're not sleeping,
it's a brutality.
Everything else suffers in your life. And so for sure, we've got solutions for that, and so we make these custom oral devices, like you mentioned. That thrilled to have you in one of them, and more than anything, excited about your outcome because I think we're going to help a lot of people in Central Indiana and beyond. And I got a great teammate and partner in Dr. Steve Green, so we're pretty excited.
All right, maybe talk a little bit about the device itself because I can explain it. And I've told you before, I straight up have sleep apnea. There's just no way around that for a variety of reasons. Nose been broken a couple of different times. Didn't have insurance back in the day. Never got it fixed. But this is helping. How can that help folks that suffer sleep-wise like me?
So you got to picture an upper and a lower tray, ultimately. Not a lot different than if somebody grinded their teeth at night and got a bite tray. So it's a custom-made upper and lower retainer that just does not let your lower jaw, your mandible, fall backwards when you're sleeping. It holds your jaw in a slightly forward position, keeps your airway open. Ultimately, that's what it's doing. So it prevents you from snoring. And then people that have sleep apnea, they have these episodes of stopping breathing, keeps your airway open, so that doesn't happen. So it's the same device that treats both simple snoring, chronic snoring, and sleep apnea, like you mentioned. So, lots of candidates. They're all around, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, we have the young and the old, and men and women, and we see them all, and so we can help. And we're located right down the street from the Keystone Mall, so we're easy to find. Everybody knows the Apple Store about a half mile away, so we're here to help. And anybody that has sleep apnea and maybe was prescribed a CPAP, those things are tough to get accustomed to and tough to get used to. So anybody that has been prescribed one and either threw it in their closet or under their bed or still isn't comfortable with it should make an appointment and come see us.
All right, how'd they get a hold of you?
They can just jump on our website. So it's aurorasleep.com. Really easy to make an appointment, consult, and come in and see us. And we can make the device in kind of same-day fashion, spend 30, 40 minutes with us. You leave with the device. You don't pay for it. And you got a 7 to 10-day trial to make a buying decision. So it's disruptive in the industry. It's never been done before. And we've really built it so people can test drive this thing and see a marked improvement and then make a decision if they want to keep the device.
Well, I got to thank you because my situation was ridiculous. And I've told you about that. I used to make light of it and kind of joke about it, but it really wasn't funny because, it does. It takes away a lot. Be certain times of the day when I start to get really tired and, tough going to sleep. Tough staying asleep, and I did a study where I think I stopped breathing like 70 times. I think over a one night span, which is not good. So it's not good at all. But your device is awesome. I want to thank you for that.
Well, thank you, and we're excited to kind of launch this business in Central Indiana amongst Hoosiers and who we care about, and getting you in there was a big deal. And it was great for us. So, more than anything, we're just happy that you're having the outcome that you are.
Oh, I need it.
It's about 95, 96% of the people that get into one of our custom appliances that have success. And so it's a really high number. CPAP on the flip side is about 15%. People that try it stick with it. So this is simple. You pop it in your mouth right before you go to sleep. As you know, it keeps that airway open. It keeps you breathing. There's nothing worse when you're having those episodes like you were having where you're not breathing at night. Man, everything falls apart, and you feel it, your productivity the next day. It's hard to get through the next day, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, when you're popping sleep aids by the handfuls, too, that's never good. So
Not good.
Kind of been me. One more time, the web address so people can jump on there and check it out for themselves right now, too.
It is Aurora Sleep, ARORA sleep.com.
That is Brian Evans right there. You'll be hearing a lot more from him when we're out and about. It's always great to not only talk to him about this, but have his perspective regarding being one of those former fantastic IU basketball players that are looking really forward to this first season of Mike Woodson down in Bloomington. Brian's with us via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Live, Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Brian Evans with us. Other side, Mike Wells of ESPN.com. He's going to have a great night because my daughter, the Laniac, is staying all night over there. So speaking of no sleep, good luck with that, Mike Wells. We'll talk with him about Colts camp and a lot more coming up next.
Hey, Indiana, with Unibet Sportsbook's Level Up Parlay Booster, you can get unlimited parlay boosts of up to 50%. Sign up today to get $500 risk-free. Build a parlay no one else in Indiana could have thought of. Download the app or visit in.unibet.com. Unibet Sportsbook. Crazy about the odds. Must be 21 or over to play and physically located in Indiana. Restrictions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
You need a work schedule that fits your life, and Amazon has shifts that help you make the best use of your time. Whether you're a night owl, early bird, weekend warrior, or somewhere in between, discover the benefits of thinking outside the 9 to 5. You decide whether to seize the day or the night so you can get back to what matters most. Go to Amazon.com/shifts to learn more. That's Amazon.com/SHIFTS. Amazon is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, it's Johnny from Big Red Liquors in their 59 Indiana locations. Get yourself signed up for one of 6 solo stoves for your backyard or your campsite through Big Red Liquors for the month of August. You can sign up, no purchase necessary, but you got to be 21. Hey, you're going to slide by one of those locations to get set for the weekend anyway, so why not sign up with your chance to win one of 6 solo stoves for your backyard, courtesy of Big Red Liquors at one of their 59 Indiana locations. To find out more online, BigRedLiquors.com.
We're celebrating the Hoosier spirit at your Indiana State Fair. We've got new tastes, new sounds, new rides, new attractions, and are excited to create new smiles of summer.
Today is Military and First Responders Day, presented by Easter Seals Crossroads and Redux. Join us for more free entertainment, including a free show by the Beach Boys. Join us for the final weekend of your Indiana State Fair.
Join us July 30th through August 22nd for 18 splendidly spirited days at your great Indiana State Fair.
BetMGM welcomes you to Showtime with a risk-free first bet up to $600. Simply sign up and use bonus code MGM600 and you're on your way to betting with the king of sportsbooks. Plus, with BetMGM's new one-game parlay feature, you can choose from hundreds of bet types and combinations within a single game to build a perfect parlay. All the action on all your favorite sports will be at your fingertips when you download the app or go to BetMGM.com and use bonus code MGM600 to make your first bet risk-free up to $600. Bet with confidence and turn game day into payday at BetMGM. New customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years or older to wager. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
Hey, it's John here for Andy Moore Buick GMC. That's 131st and State Road 37 in Fishers. Eric Wilson is the guy that's going to give you the best car buying experience and greatest deal on a new set of wheels that you've had. How about this? 0% for 72 months going on right now at Indiana's Best. And the car buying experience is like the old school days. Remember back when your grandparents just went to one place over and over because they knew and they trusted good and the car buying experience was the best, that's the service you get in one place, and that's Andy Moore, Buick GMC. Tell him I sent you. Tell Eric Wilson that I sent you. 131st and State Road 37 in Fishers.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum Mobile. You could save hundreds of dollars on your mobile bill. Plus, there are no added taxes, hidden fees, and no contracts. Try the Spectrum Mobile Savings Calculator today, and in 3 easy steps, you'll see how much you could save by switching. Visit spectrummobile.com/save. Spectrum Internet required. Savings may vary. Restrictions apply. Visit spectrummobile.com/save for details.
Hey, race fans. This is Tim Wicker from Electric Plus. When you're looking for an electrical contractor to take care of your next construction project, facility upgrade, or simple maintenance work, make sure you call Electric Plus to give you a professional and top-quality project with the best team members in the industry. Just like race car drivers desire to be the best, the mission of Electric Plus is to be the best electrical contractor, period. Visit our website at electricplus.com to see how we can take care of your electrical needs.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. It's the Big O Tires anniversary sale now through September 6th. Save up to $150 off a set of Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Soccer Saturday featuring Indy 11. If this is your football, this is your show. Saturday at 9 on The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
And whenever we need a brilliant insight, he's available at the drop of a hat.
Hey, Mom! I'm done with my segment!
93.5 and 107.5, The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3 at Todd Wilhelms. We're in Lawrence. Thank you for joining us. Heaven Hill Distillery, New Belgium Brewing, Ford's Garage, Connecticut, the official hydration. Brian Evans in hour number 1. Bob Lovell in hour number 1. Hour 2 starts with Mike Wells of ESPN.com. I thought because of what you're doing tonight, Mike, over in Brownsburg, I'd pick up the pace with an all-girl group for you because you're going to need it. Does that make sense?
Man, you are right, but luckily I'm getting out of the house. I am not hanging around with all the girls tonight, man. I'm taking Tay and his best friend, and we going to Speedway and going go-karting. I can't hang with the girls tonight. I'm gonna let them. They're gonna run rough shop in the house. Have the basement to do whatever they want. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. And I love all those girls, but they can have the house.
Now, you're not staying at all at the house tonight?
Oh, I'm staying at the house tonight. I'm staying, but I plan on getting back late after they've been all jacked up on sugar and eating junk food and everything, and I'll be ready to go to bed.
Yeah, good luck with that. We'll see if that happens. There'll be probably about 1,500 TikTok videos produced tonight. So, that'd be great.
Man, yeah. Listen. The girls are looking forward to it. They can't wait to make it happen and everything. And I need to just come to the South Side, man, and hang with you tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm over on the northeast side. I'm by McCordsville right now, close to it. Lawrence, actually, is where I am. And then I think I got to slide by Roncalli and make sure that Blake Thomas gets home from the Roncalli game later on tonight. So I don't know as of yet what time I'm going to get home. That's in question.
Who's Roncalli playing tonight?
Southport.
Oh, nice. Hey, by the way, when I was in with Kevin Bone this morning, Greg Rakeshaw said Roncalli is a team that nobody's talking about as far as all football schools in the state, no matter classification. He gave Roncalli a lot of props because I guess they got a lot of beef up front on the O-line.
They do. They have a huge offensive line. I think the smallest dude runs about 240 right now. So they've got some big dudes along that offensive line for real. And again, I'm going to say that obviously because my kid goes there, and I'm hoping he's getting good grades and such. But at the same time, they're legit. They are legit, and it's now gotten back to that history and tradition that it was, and they're playing for titles year in and year out, which they will once again this year.
Hey, that's why I I am a major high school football and high school basketball fan in the state, man. Clearly everybody thinks of Indiana, they think basketball, but I think football in the state deserves a lot of props too. I mean, my Brownsburg Bulldogs are down at Lucas Oil Stadium tonight taking on Ben Davis. Next week, Cathedral comes out to Brownsburg. Kevin Bowen and I have a nice little golf bet on that. So it is. I don't think football gets enough props in this state.
So, yeah, you got Cathedral and Brownsburg next week. Yeah, Brownsburg and BD will be one of those games to be watching coming up later on tonight. Speaking of watching, it's funny. I go back to last week in our conversation, and prior to the Saturday preseason game 1, I was told that the Colts folks, the decision makers, liked Ellinger more to that point than they did Eason. Is it clear to you that their minds have been changed now? And what might happen, for example, if Ellinger, who's getting the start tomorrow night in Minneapolis, plays really well? Will that change anything, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think this is not a week-by-week situation with the quarterbacks for the Colts between Ellinger and Jacob Eason if Carson Wentz is not ready. This is a day-by-day thing. I mean, Ellinger and Eason walked out of Lucas Oil Stadium, in my opinion, tied to be the starting quarterback if necessary. But Eason had a hell of a week in practice. Eason came in with that swagger and that confidence as if he knows he should be the starting quarterback. He had command of the offense all week in practice. Ellinger, he struggled, Wednesday when he came back after missing Tuesday practice. He didn't look very sharp out there. If you said right now who should be the starter, I'm going to go with Jacob Eason. But check back with me again late Saturday night because I can switch back and say, Sam Ellinger's right back in the mix to be the starter.
It's Mike Wells of ESPN.com joining us. Colts and Vikings from Minneapolis coming up tomorrow. 5P, your Colts pregame huddle coverage begins with me, Bill Brooks, the Gorman, and Joe Wrights tomorrow right here on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. Do you think that it is absolutely out of their mind, and I know it is to trade for one, but is it absolutely out of their mind right now that they're not going to go out once these quarterbacks get released? Maybe they'll find one that they like. Are they set at that quarterback position to start the regular season? All they're waiting on is who's going to win the gig now to be the backup ultimately, and if Carson Wentz is going to be ready. Are they set?
Yeah, I think one of, no offense to Brett Hundley, but one of three guys will be starting quarterback for week one against Seattle for the Colts. Carson Wentz, Jacob Eason, and Ellinger. One of those three guys will be the starting quarterback. Just think about it this way. You can't bring in a guy once roster cutdown occurs and thinks he's going to get caught up to speed that quick with the offense. Ellinger and Eason know the offense. They're able to step in and start if Wentz is going to miss the first couple weeks of the season. No matter how you look at it, no matter who's starting quarterback for the Colts, those first couple games are going to be a beep for the Colts. Talking about Seattle, talking about the LA Rams, talking about the Tennessee Titans. So it doesn't matter who's starting. I would feel, if I were the Colts, I would feel more comfortable going with a guy who's been in the system for a little bit than trying to go out and get somebody at the last minute to come in and start.
So Mike Wells joins us. All right, who gives them the better opportunity to win in week one? Is it Jacob Eason, if he plays well, and been playing throughout training camp and the preseason? Ellinger playing throughout training camp and the preseason? Or Wentz, if he has a week or an abbreviated week of practice prep and jumps right back into it in week one?
Oh, I'm going with Wentz. Wentz gives them the best chance to win. And like you said, that's, give them a week plus of practice. I think he gives them their best opportunity to win, even though it's only been a 1.5 days of training camp for him. I mean, he still had the off-season workouts with those guys. He still had OTAs and everything to work out with those guys. So I still believe he's the best quarterback, despite the lack of training camp practice time, to get the Colts a chance to win.
All right, left tackle-wise. Left tackle
oh my
right
God.
now.
Woo.
On this is the week one starter on this squad right now.
Only if Eric Fisher it comes back healthy. If he's able to play, which it doesn't look like he's going to be ready for the start of the regular season, that left tackle spot, those guys are not good at all. those guys who have been working at left tackle for the Colts, goodness gracious, they've been hot boo-boo, as our good friend Michael Grady used to say. Hot boo-boo at left tackle.
Don't you wonder? I mean, don't you wonder a little bit? I mean, I understand that you kind of get sideswiped or surprised about retirements, whether it's, Rivers on a 1-year deal or Costanzo on a 2-year deal. But don't you a little bit have to be better prepped for something like this than clearly you are right now? Don't you?
Oh yeah. Without a doubt. I know they signed, Sam Tevy in the offseason, and I'm sure they thought they can use him for a little bit to step in and hold the fort down. But Sam Tevy hasn't been good. So I think he's been worse than what they envisioned, because the plan was, all right, if Eric Fisher's not ready for the start, they've got Tevy or Will Holden that can play left tackle until Eric Fisher comes back. They don't have anybody who can play left tackle right now on that roster. They don't have anybody that can play left tackle.
I don't know about you. I think it's a pipe dream that Fisher plays in week number 1. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, a major pipe dream.
So their left tackle that's starting against Seattle is not yet on their team.
I hope not. Or I hope in the next 3 weeks these guys magically get better, because these guys aren't good. These guys are not good. So either they get better or they go out and sign somebody to come in who is more adequate than what they have on the roster right now to play left tackle, especially if Quentin Nelson is not ready to come back at the start of the regular season.
Yeah, I think that is. I think Wentz is much more of a reality-based hope than that of Eric Fisher returning for week 1.
Oh yeah, we're just seeing Eric Fisher move around a little bit and stuff. Carson Wentz has been out there on the watching as a spectator on the practice field for the past 2 weeks. He's been out there moving and everything, and he's out there, mimicking the quarterbacks with the dropbacks and everything. He's watching them. I mean, I know, there's been some people saying, there's been some reports out there that Carson Wentz doesn't talk to Jacob Eason and the rest of the quarterbacks. That's hot garbage, too. Carson Wentz talks to all the quarterbacks, gives them tips and everything. He's very involved in what's going on.
What are these reports about Wentz not talking to Eason and the rest of these guys? Where do they come from?
Greg Doyle had a column. I love Greg to death and everything. He wrote a column talking about how he didn't see Carson talking to Eason and those guys in practice on Wednesday. And, I've been out at every practice, and I tell you now, Carson Wentz is always talking to those quarterbacks.
Huh. So that was in a column, that they're not talking to one another?
Yeah.
Well.
He wasn't talking to him during practice.
Is our dude trying to stir up a little crapola there or what? What's happening?
I have no idea. I have no idea about that.
I mean, listen, I just go by what you guys have been saying, and it seems like, hell, especially in pictures, even if you look at the video, that he's got pretty much constant communication with those guys that are potentially going to be his backup.
Exactly. You're not even out there, and you see it. You see it with your eyes. You see it in the pictures and everything. But oh well.
Yeah. That's weird, because that's I didn't even know. And normally I know everything, but I would not even have considered that. Mike Wells joins us. You know what's weird about it? I got into this yesterday at the start of the show. I guess if you're a Colts fan, you're hoping it's that way. Do you think we're talking about a lot of junk that ultimately, come October, won't matter, and we'll look back at it and go, why did we waste our breath? Or do you think some of this stuff is going to linger? And the reason why I ask is, if some of this stuff lingers, you may end up having a really bad football team on your hands if you're not careful.
Like when you say stuff lingering, what stuff are you talking about?
Well, left tackle issues to start with. You know what I mean? Stuff that we talk about. I'm talking about going outside the organization to find somebody to start in week 1. And I just going through this before, Mike, it always seems like I end up talking about a lot of junk that's not that big of a deal. I'll give you another example, Mike Strawn, because in the past we've talked about Deion Kane or Deron Carter, and Caesar Rayford and these camp guys, these camp superstars, never materialized into anything. And you look back and you go, I just kind of wasted my time. Is Strawn different in this equation? I mean, is this guy going to give them something on the 53-man this season, your expectation?
Hey, I don't know, because I'm like you, Jay. You spend time talking about them and stuff. I call them preseason Pro Bowlers. That's what I call them. Training camp Pro Bowlers, but they never pan out into anything. So I don't know. I've been impressed, but I'm not going to sit here and say this guy is going to contribute and he's going to have a major, major impact on the Colts roster in the regular season. Because the reality is, in training camp, he's going against backups also. So I need to see a little more from him. I have been impressed, but I'm not going to sit here and all of a sudden say he's that guy. He's definitely going to be an impact guy for the Colts in camp.
What's funny about that is, too, you guys in print especially get burned. Because if you're going on and on about somebody, and this guy's great, and he should have, a 53-man spot solidified right now, and if all of a sudden it doesn't happen and somebody else steps up, then you're the one that has to take all those tweets over and over again about your player evaluation during camp.
Yep, sure enough. Well, good thing I haven't written about Strom yet. I mean, don't get
I will say this. I get the hype, though, because not only is it a wide receiver position, and guys like me have cried about it forever, but he gives them something they've never had. I mean, at that size, that athleticism, the go-get-it, posting up in the end zone and going to get the lob football for a touchdown, they've never had that. And I can understand not just the folks in the media that cover it, but I can understand certainly why fans would buy in and be excited about it, because we're talking about and watching something, at least through camp, that you haven't seen around here at a position, I should say, that normally we're talking a bunch of junk about. You know what I mean?
And I'll tell you that, and we know the quarterback spot is the one that everybody's going to be talking about this weekend, rightfully so. But I'm intrigued on who's going to be wide receivers 5 and 6, and I say that if T.Y. Hilton and Paris Campbell can stay healthy. I mean, I'm throwing T.Y. Hilton in that category too. Now he needs to show that he can stay healthy. But between you have Pittman, Pascal, Hilton, and Campbell as the top 4 wide receivers. Now, who are going to be 5 and 6, especially if they keep 6 this year? And I think potentially they may have the talent to keep 6 wide receivers this year.
We talking about Strawn, and I mean, is Ashton Dulin going to be the odd man out, even though he gets a lot of run and a lot of reps via special teams?
Yes, I think those are the 2 likely candidates. I think those are the 2 likely ones.
Hey, running back wise, how do you look at a guy like Jordan Wilkins? Because there's a logjam there, and Jordan Wilkins not playing bad. Is he going to be an odd man out, or might it be somebody else that you're thinking might go instead of him? Because it seems to be that maybe his gig's on the line here.
I think they should keep 4. I think they should keep 4 running backs, because Wilkins can also play special teams. That's a positive for him. That he is a special teams guy. So I think that is the reason to keep him out there, is that because he can play special teams.
It's Mike Wells of ESPN.com on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. He is doing some indoor karting. You're going to Speedway. You're going to Sarah Fisher's place tonight? That's where you and Tay are going?
Whatever that place is called is Speedway. I Googled it, and actually I just looked it up. Yeah, I think it's called Speedway something.
Yeah, so you guys are getting out of there because you don't want to hang around with girls.
Yes, we do not want to hang out with them all.
I don't know what you got yourself into later on tonight, but good luck with it. Seriously. And again, thanks for the invitation, because I know Laney's thrilled.
Oh, yeah. No, Layla can't wait. Layla cannot wait for the girl. That's all she's been talking about, and she's looking forward to it. And we'll see what's going to happen. Something tells me they might be crank calling. They might be crank calling you.
They do. Well, I mean, Laney cranks call. I tried to tell her too. I mean, she prank phone calls me, and I said, "Hey, your name comes up as Laney on my phone. All right. So what are you doing?" I say that every single time, and she always does it.
Hey, what she needs to do is like I do when I'm trying to call agents and everything or coaches. Do that star 67 and block her number. That's what she has to
do. Oh, man, what are you getting yourself into later on tonight? There you go.
Hey,
is the food ready?
Hey,
is the food ready?
No, not yet. I'm actually I'm actually walking to the Lowe's right now to buy some wood because the girls are going to be roasting s'mores in the fire pit tonight.
I love it. I'm going to roll over there tomorrow and get her. What time do I got to pick her up?
Hey, anytime before 11. Anytime before 11. And I can bring her back to the south side if you want, brother.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk about that, text about that, and figure it out. So,
all right,
works.
Hey,
But yeah, thanks again. Happy birthday to Layla too. That is outstanding, and we'll see what happens over at Casa de Wells in Brownsburg this evening. It should be a blast.
All right, Jay. I'll talk to you later, bro.
It's Mike Wells of ESPN.com on the Andy Moore Automotive Group online. I don't know what he got himself into. I've heard stories. And my daughter does crank call me all the time, and it just comes up, Laney. I go, hey, Laney, your name's here. Can you stop? And she always blames it on her friends, which is great. At JMV, please don't become a Colts cynic. I'm not. I think I'm just asking some questions about a couple of important positions that, one they address, but the other is certainly in flux as far as left tackle is concerned. And I've said this, I'd be more concerned about that right now than anything else. So no worries right there. I had not heard about the Doyle story. I guess he's writing what he saw, but I mean, listen, I haven't been out there, so I'm on the talk. I mean, every time that they have an afternoon practice, I'm on the road making this place money, so what are you going to do? But I do follow those, and I trust those that I follow with videos and describing stuff. So, whether or not Eason is the guy over Ellinger, and I can tell you that, again, within the organization, last week at this time, they liked Ellinger over Eason. And we'll see exactly where Ellinger has to go to put a dent in the theory that now Eason is the guy coming up as he starts tomorrow night in Minneapolis. All right, Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3. This location is in Lawrence. We're at, Todd Wilhelm's house. I'll get that right in just a second. Thank you for having us. We got Heaven Hill Distillery, New Belgium Brewing, Ford's Garage with the food. Richard, thank you very much. And, of course, we've got Connecticut Water, the official hydration. Colts Happy Hour coming at you at 6 o'clock. More to come with Coach Kenton Murphy. The hitter of dingers will join us. I believe Josh Reddick, MLB outfielder, power hitter, is going to join us coming up a little bit later on as well. We have high school football here coming up later on tonight. Brendan King's got you set for week number 1 of the high school football season, so be ready for that. And then tomorrow, 5 o'clock, we get you started with the Colts pregame huddle, 5 until 7, right here on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. And remember, because of that, I'm not going to start the JMV takeover on B105.7 until 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So 7 o'clock tomorrow night, that gets started. More to come with your calls at 239-1070. We'll get Ryan Stoltz of New Belgium Brewing on here and get you set for a great time. Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3. We're live in Lawrence and back with you next.
This is the Colts preview on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Live from the Power Home Solar Radio studio, here's the voice of the Colts, Matt Taylor.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Colts preview, brought to you in part by Arby's. All season long, if the Colts running back scores a touchdown, you can get a free small curly or crinkle fry and an ice cold Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the next day at participating Indianapolis Arby's locations. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per fan. Visit Colts.com/promotions for more details. No practice for the Colts today. Today was a travel day for the team as they head to Minnesota to face off against the Vikings in the preseason. The Colts are playing the Vikings for the first time in exhibition play since 2009. These two franchises met last year in the regular season in Week Week 2, and the Colts won 28-11. And the Colts defense was dominant that day, holding Minnesota to just 195 yards of offense, and they created 3 takeaways. Speaking of takeaways, the Colts have a goal this year to finish the season with at least 40 takeaways. Sound lofty? It is. That hasn't been done since 2012 in the NFL, when the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots led their respective conferences. Only one Indianapolis defense, the 1987 Colts, has ever produced more than 40 turnovers in a season. But if there ever was a group to do it, it's this year's Colts defense, which returns 9 of 11 starters. And Darius Leonard, the linebacker, talks about how the Colts can reach their takeaway goal.
Because if you look at the tape, we always punch and we always stripping, and the way we attack the ball. And if you look at the missed opportunities that we had last year, myself, I had 6. So if I had 6, other guys had a drops interception, or the forced fumbles that we had, we don't scoop it up. So it's realistic. We think that we can shatter that goal, but it's going to take repetition and practice. Then we get in a game when the moment comes, you got to seize the moment.
That's Darius Leonard, who may see some playing time tomorrow in Minnesota. The Colts are scheduled to play their starters some in preseason Game 2. Tomorrow's game starts at 8. Coverage here on The Fan begins at 5. And that's it for the Colts preview today, brought to you in part by Arby's on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Calling all auto techs, detailers, painters, body shop, lot attendants, other auto specialists, and just awesome people everywhere. Carvana, the company that invented the new way to buy a car, is having a hiring event at their inspection center in Indianapolis. Grow on the go with one of the fastest growing companies in America. They have open roles for all levels of experience, even no experience. Openings include automotive techs, auto body and paint professionals, detailers, and inventory associates, with competitive pay, on-the-job training, and company-paid certifications that give everyone a path to success. Get a great job on day one with the opportunity for a Carvana career. You'll also get health insurance. Carvana pays 100% of the premium for its employees, and extra pay and 4-day work weeks for second shift. Grow your career with stability. Come to Carvana's hiring event. The one that's at their inspection center in Indianapolis, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. August 25th through 26th, located at 6508 West F.W. Marks Drive. Sign up at CarvanaJobsIndy.com. Carvana is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, John, for PAI, WeGrowHairIndy.com. If you're thinking about doing something new with your do, meaning if you're losing your hair and you want to do something about it, you can. Hey, just contact Dan Andrews and get into it. Talk all about the procedures that will get your real growing hair going again. If you want to call it back on track, that's fine. But your real growing hair again with PAI. Tell them I sent you, 888-724-5129 or WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
Why is Culver's such a treat for so many families? Here's a hint. This treat is thick and creamy, and everyone can get it any way they like. Our fresh, frozen custard. We craft it in small batches throughout the day to make our guests stay, using fresh dairy from America's family farms. Shakes, cones, sundaes, concrete mixers, flavor of the day, and the toppings.
Who says you can't please everyone? There's more than one way to dessert at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home. Only the freshest beef will do. We're talking the highest quality 3-cut blend, no shortcuts. Got it? Great. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. This is crucial. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, because why would you have cheese from anywhere else? Top with a lightly buttered toasted bun. Serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
Hey, John, for LD Smith Plumbing at 317-284-9526. I'm just helping spread the word, because you got to know if you need somebody to have your back, especially in a plumbing emergency. That number 317-284-9526 is incredibly important to have. I needed it. February, coldest day of the year, plumbing haywire, no water on a Sunday morning, mind you. LD Smith Plumbing, Lance and his team got out there, had it fixed by 10. It was amazing. You need people like that locally that have your best interest in mind. And Lance and his local team at LD Smith Plumbing, they do. 317-284-9526. It's online, ldsmithplumbing.com today.
PNC Bank believes that if your smartwatch can help you avoid overdoing it during a workout,
then your bank should be able to help you avoid an overdraft fee. Introducing Low Cash Mode, available with Virtual Wallet, the financial watch-out that gives you advance warning, multiple options, and at least 24 hours of extra time to help avoid an overdraft fee. Because we believe how you handle overdrafts should be in your control, not just your bank's. And now through October 12th, earn up to $300 when you open and use a select new Virtual Wallet product. Simply establish a qualifying direct deposit. To learn more, visit a branch or pnc.com/checking offer. Virtual Wallet with Low Cash Mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference. Low Cash Mode is a service mark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. Virtual Wallet is a registered trademark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, JMV here, and one of the things I love about betting on FanDuel Sportsbook is that you get more than one shot to swing for the fences. So right now, new and existing users can get up to $25 back in site credit each day. Just place a minimum 5-leg baseball parlay, and if it falls one leg short, you get up to $25 back in parlay insurance. So, go with what you know on this, too. A final score, home runs, runs batted in, whatever, but do it with FanDuel Sportsbook, America's #1 sportsbook. And in addition to the parlay insurance, if you haven't tried FanDuel Sportsbook, new users can place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back in site credit if you don't win. That's FanDuel Sportsbook promo code JMV. FanDuel Sportsbook promo code JMV. 21 plus and present in Indiana. First online real money wager only for risk-free bet. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Max refund, $25 per game. Restrictions apply. See sportsbook.fanduel.com for details. Gambling problem, call 1-800-9-WIN-IT.
There's still time to get the backyard of your dreams. Book a project this week and Indy Decorative Concrete will get you in this season. Call today, 317-784-1464.
Summer school is officially in session. It's Colts training camp at Grand Park in Westfield.
Come back toward the ball.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan has you covered like no other station. Kevin Bowen reports daily from camp with interviews from the players and coaches to the inside workings of the front office. If it's happening there,
Concentrate, get better.
you'll hear about it here. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan, the exclusive radio home of the Indianapolis Colts. The Ride with JMV.
Hey, you gonna stare all day or you gonna buy something? I'm gonna stare all day.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3. We've got 4 of them coming up. We got one again next week, but this is the 3rd. Todd Wilhelm's place in Lawrence is our location. Thank you very much for joining us. Brent Holverson, Heaven Hill Distillery. He's got the pour going on right now. We've got Richard in Ford's Garage who brought the great food. Hey, let's say after a game tonight, anywhere up in Hamilton County around Noblesville, slide into Ford's Garage. Have some dinner, and then thank me later. If you're going up there tomorrow, have some lunch. Ask for Richard. Thank me later. Ford's Garage up in Noblesville, the food provider of the Backyard Bourbon broadcast. Now, Ryan Stoltz of New Belgium Brewing is here, because not only do we have Fruit Smash, that is the hard seltzer product of New Belgium Brewing, but we've got a New Belgium Brewing favorite in front of me. It's called Heavy Melon. Explain.
You are a watermelon fan, aren't you?
I am.
You are.
Very much so.
This is in our variety pack cans. So I thought I'd bring you a watermelon beer.
That can do. That'll play, right? That'll play. It's hard. It is hard with the watermelon flavor.
It's very, very hard flavor. Like we talked about last time we did the broadcast. It's unless you do Jolly Rancher flavor, it's a really hard.
Right.
It's a tough flavor to get, but I think this beer hits it out of the park.
It does. And I'm telling you, the watermelon flavor is fantastic for the summertime. I mean, this is a great summer beer. Now, where can people find this?
So this is in our variety pack right now. We have a variety pack can.
Mm-hmm.
It has 4 different beers in it. So this is one of them. We did this beer like 3 years ago for summer seasonal. So right now we just brought it back for the summer.
So limited basis. They are not
it's
so.
It's going to be gone in 2 weeks. It'll be
really.
Yeah, it's going to be gone.
So have you guys already moved on to the fall?
We're in pumpkin right now already.
Oh, are you really in pumpkin?
I hate to say it. We are in the pumpkin beer. We're in our Atomic Pumpkin, which is habanero pumpkin. we're into pumpkin right now, and it'll probably be gone by the end of September. So we're not going to make it to Halloween, and then we'll be into our winter beer, which it's so hard with seasonals.
Yeah.
So if you make a lot of pumpkin and then it goes past Halloween, then it just dies. So
because nobody's asking for anything pumpkin,
no,
except for like pumpkin pie, we'll play after Halloween.
We'll play Thanksgiving, but pumpkin beers will not. So you can't make too much, you can't make it not. So we just try and find that happy medium, and it never happens.
So your seasons are a little odd compared to the normal seasons, right?
If you could figure out how to make a beer season and make it work, you'd be a millionaire.
Well, I'm sure it all is tied to the money and make sure that you don't want people you don't want it to die.
You don't want it to die,
right?
but you don't want to make it not enough. So we'll have accumulation, which is a white IPA. It's going to have snow on it. That'll probably be in stores. I would say early October.
Yeah, snow on the
there'll be like snow package early October, and even before Halloween.
When did your summer beers? At what point
summer
did they hit?
beer we launched, I think in late February, and it went until it's such a crapshoot. It
That
really
is
is
awesome.
It's so hard to. We can never hit it right. We try our best to, but
Ryan Stoltz, New Belgium Brewing, the official beer and hard seltzer of the Backyard Bourbon broadcast. And the Fruit Smash, how's the summer going along with that?
Summer's going great with it. We continue to just do so much better with it than we thought we'd do. The 19.2 ounce cans coming out, the 8%er, the big one we talked about last time. That's be here in 2 weeks, so
that'll get you there.
That'll get you there.
I like it when that used to be my play back in the day. Is I wanted it to get me there quick. I didn't want to have to lap me, and I was okay with getting there quick.
So you would go up and then kind of coast for the rest of the night?
I wouldn't be at 1 a.m. just now hitting my prime.
Yeah, you were there at 10 and then just kind of coast till 1. Right?
I would have pegged it at 10 and then kind of dialed it down after that a little bit.
No, I get that. So hopefully maybe the next broadcast. Well, I don't know about next week, but at some point we'll get out here and you'll get to try it for sure.
And this is probably more for college students of age, and maybe we can both answer that question. Were you a steady as she goes, or did you peg it hot or cold?
I would go up.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty quick. I didn't do shots though. I wasn't a shot guy. I didn't do shots. I just would drink. I drink the hard stuff first, and then kind of mellow out.
I became a shot guy. I think part of the problem with being a shot guy so early is we didn't have any money for one. You know what I mean? But I always say this: the people that turned me on to shots were the people from Jasper at Indiana State University, because I've never seen, and especially Jasper girls, I've never seen girls drink in college like that group could. Right. I mean, they'd bring a half gallon with their finger wrapped around the handle, and I thought, well, wait a minute, I'm sitting here with one beer.
One beer.
I'm sitting there with one beer, and they're doing this, and I can't hang with that. They were incredible. So I think, in part, that I'll give it up to Jasper girls. The ladies from Jasper, Indiana, that attended Indiana State University kind of got me going down the path of finally taking shots, because prior to that, I didn't do it too much either,
I Ball State 1996 through 2000,
Mm-hmm.
I was introduced to box wine, and that was what, like $8 for the entire box?
Yeah.
Which was like whatever, 12 to 15%. So
right.
And that would just be a terrible.
Well, and
terrible hangover.
When I was in college, they had just introduced all the ice versions of beers.
Yep.
And that would get you there, but that would leave you with the world's worst hangover. Well, no, the world's worst comes from New Orleans. That's the world's worst hangover. Yeah, I'm telling you what. Right? Anything with a ton of sugar is just going to knock you out. And it's tough to get back up. I mean, that's a punch to the chin that's tough to get back up from. But yeah, I mean that the ice versions, because remember back in the early to mid '90s, everybody was popping with these ice versions. But I'm not going to name.
Ice House.
Well, you don't have to name them. They were all popping, and we were in the program
at Ball State. If there was an Ice House keg that we heard at a house party on campus, the whole campus would just. It's like $5 to get in, right? You did that, right? $5 to get in. Ice House is like 6.5%.
We made incredible amounts of money by virtue of our parties, and we let the girls in free and made the dudes pay $5 a head. And that always worked. And I would provide the music, and our place just got destroyed every weekend.
I can't imagine.
I can't imagine. Yeah, I look at that house now, and I can't imagine. We lived on the inside. Like, I go to Bloomington, and I look at IU, and I see all these incredible townhomes that these students are living in, and I lived in the world's biggest crap hole. Like, right now, where I keep my lawnmower would be better than when I lived at Indiana State. Seriously. I mean, it was awful. It would snow. Yeah. It would snow, and it would come down our chimney because it had no flue, and it would land, like, in the living room floor.
This is not a true story.
Yeah.
I lived on Riverside at Ball State University on Riverside. We had a house with some friends of mine. And we were sitting there one night, probably whatever time it was, just hanging out, and we look, and there's a raccoon on our bar stool. I hopped up on a bar stool.
Sure.
We chased it right down to our basement, and then we never saw it again, so it's living down there. We're like, that's fine. And we never saw it again, but we had a raccoon definitely in our house. And didn't even think twice about it.
It is weird to see that today, the way that these kids live, especially down in Bloomington with that, because Bloomington was so much different when I was growing up and when I was in college. I mean, they had varsity villas and stuff, but now, I mean, you get stuff that you go, wow. I mean, that's not a college student's place.
No. We lived a little.
I lived in crap holes. And the only spot that wasn't dirty was, and it probably was a little bit, but where I slept. That was about it. Everything else was dirty.
I had a waterbed. It was awful. It was awful.
Ryan Stoltz is bringing a waterbed with him to college.
I had to drain out of the side of the window. It was so bad.
Do you think that I can find anybody out there listening right now that has a waterbed presently? Or have they all just left? Are they gone?
They had to have.
Did you drag the hose through your window to fill it up?
Yeah. And then when I had to move, I had to drain the thing out of my window. And it was still so heavy. It was terrible.
That sounds like a really good Connecticut water question of the day. Is there anybody out there right now that still has or sleeps on a waterbed? Because it was like an 80s and early 90s thing. And then it poof went away.
Well, it was left in the house that I moved into. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not going to move
You
this
slept
thing.
in somebody else's waterbed.
Fill her back up.
Yeah.
It's a free waterbed. Right? I mean,
it was bad because you roll over, and there's nothing worse than rolling over and getting caught between the crack of the waterbed and, like, the wood. Yeah.
The wood thing, you're down there.
That's uncomfortable. That's like sleeping.
Especially after a couple things of boxed wine I had, apparently.
So Ryan Stoltz of New Belgium Brewing, that's awesome. The waterbed story right there. New Belgium Brewing also is the official beer for the JMV Sucks, but his golf outing doesn't, to benefit Teachers Treasures.
Yes, sir.
That is coming up the first Monday in October. Thank you for doing that.
And we're gonna auction off a bike.
I love auction.
We have a 30th anniversary bike we're 30 years old for New Belgium Brewing. Yep. We're gonna need Brooklyn Bicycles out of New York.
That's awesome.
Beautiful bike. Has a bottle opener on it. It's awesome.
That is great.
We're going to auction one off for Teachers Treasures at the golf outing. So sign up, come out, win that bike. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you for all that you do here. I mean, you guys are just such great. We have such great partners. You and Brent and Heaven Hill Distillery and Joe, John, and Dennis of Connecticut and Richard from Ford's Garage. You just can't get much.
I thoroughly enjoy it. I mean, again, your fans are fantastic.
They're awesome people.
Everywhere we go, people are just awesome.
We got another one next Friday too.
I know. 2 in a row.
You got it. Hey, Ryan, thank you, man. Ryan Stoltz, New Belgium Brewing. He's the official hard seltzer, fruit smash, and beer of the Backyard Bourbon broadcast, and soon to be the official product beer-wise for the JMV Sucks, but his golf outing doesn't, to benefit Teachers Treasures. That is coming up in October, which Brent Holverson will also be a part of. What? Do what now? Oh, you want to? Yeah, you come up here and say, yeah, there's no problem. Come on up here. Let me take a break. We'll return. Coach Kent Murphy is here. I believe Coach Kent Murphy is going to get Josh Reddick, the MLBer, on the line coming up here in the 5 o'clock hour, too. I've got Colts Happy Hour for you and a lot more. We are in Lawrence for Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3 on the night the high school football season begins for real in 2021. Got you covered top to bottom. And, of course, Colts Vikings preseason game 2 coming up tomorrow evening from Minneapolis. This is 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Summer is here, so kids, tell your parents about the Forum Credit Union's Sprout of the Month contest, where you could win $100 in a Sprout account. Details at 1075thefan.com.
Hey, this is Kevin Bowen, and football season is about to kick off, and that means it is time to list your futures bets over on PropSwap. Did you know that this time last year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were 60-1 to win the Super Bowl before the season started? Now, that is what I call a futures bet. And that's the thing. You just never know, or maybe you do know. sports bettors cash in early and often when they list long shots on PropSwap. The average PropSwap seller makes $500 a month just listing and selling tickets. And that's what this time of year is all about in the NFL. You've got some really enticing odds for teams all around the league. And the thing that we need to stress is you can sell these tickets at any point in the offseason. So you buy a ticket now, that team gets hot in September, go ahead and post that ticket for sale in October, and while you have odds that no one is going to find after that 3-1 start, you sell that ticket and make some money. So join us. Go to PropSwap.com or download the free app. PropSwap is where America buys and sells sports bets.
Hey, John for Diamonds Direct, big-time gift-giving idea this summer. Make sure, I know that we're getting toward the tail end of the summertime, but there's probably still rogue anniversary or birthday that you need to get a really good gift for. Hey, how about if you are getting engaged? You do know this, right, fellas? You do understand that you better do this thing right, or you're going to have to own it and or wear it for the rest of your life. Therefore, do it perfectly and do it with my friends from... Yeah, you got that right. Diamonds Direct, Keystone at the Crossing. It is Diamonds Direct to the rescue with the warranties, guarantees, the selection that is unmatched. And by the way, a price tag that you don't have to tell her about how great it is, but you will love it. It's one-stop shopping, hassle-free at one place. It is Diamonds Direct. Keystone at the Crossing online, diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, it's Keystone at the Crossing.
Hi, my name is John Hassey, and I am owner of Hassey Construction and president of Northwest Indiana Contractors Association. Every year, some unethical construction companies illegally pay workers cash under the table. That puts businesses Nowika represents that provide a good living wage, pay payroll taxes, and employee benefits at a major competitive disadvantage. These companies rob our state of over $405 million every single year. Imagine what could be done for Hoosiers with that money. Please visit indianacip.com/tax fraud to learn how you can take a stand.
Summer happens at Speedway because everything you need for summer happens at Speedway. Like drinks. Drinks happen. The freshly brewed drink, the splashed over ice drink, the wake you up drink, the cool you off drink, the make your brain hurt for a minute drink. All poured however you want them, whenever you want them, all summer long. So on every hot day, you have something cold to sip. Speedway. Summer happens here. And now, get any size fountain or Speedy Freeze for just 89 cents. Excludes maximum.
Summertime, and the refi is easy. With home values soaring and interest rates at a historic low 2.25%, now is the time to let Golden Oak Lending help you tap into your growing home equity. But home values this high and rates this low won't be around forever. Visit GoldenOakLending.com today and enjoy the feeling of summer all year long.
NMLS 114937, 2.25% fixed, 3.195% APR. FHA 15-year mortgage with 20% equity and approved credit.
Hey, John for BullseyeEventGroup.com. Colts VIP Tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. Game day experience. It is made before the kickoff at Lucas Oil Stadium. Every Colts home game, before it, you're going to have the best pregame party around with all you can eat, and celebrity chef Aaron May prepares all you can drink, which you'll love, and you get DJ Skids and DJ Helicon on the ones and the twos for you both inside and out right across the street from Lucas Oil Stadium. You got that right. BullseyeEventGroup.com. Colts VIP Tailgate presented by Hayes & Sons Restoration. The best game day experience is had with my friend Kyle Kinnett. Get your passes now. BullseyeEventGroup.com.
When it comes to working at Geico, our best advocates are our employees, like Janet. But since she is so focused on growing her career, we hired an actor to read her story.
At Geico, we really help each other. If anything comes up, we work through it as a group, so we all learn.
As a full-time employee, she can also get paid benefits like medical, dental, vision, and parental leave. She even got a plaque for her desk that says, "I'm kind of a big deal." Yeah, you are, Janet.
Ready to start your career, Indy? We're hiring claim sales and service agents. Apply online today at geico.jobs/Indy.
Your friends are hosting an online viewing party to watch a soccer match. But if your slow upload speeds were to make you sound like an evil robot...
Pass the ball! Pass the ball!
Whoa, who is that?
I'm sorry.
You're not an evil robot. You just need better internet. AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 25 times faster upload speeds than cable. Visit att.com/25 times faster.
Limited availability in select areas based on Internet 1000 wired upload connection speed versus major cable providers 1 gig service with uploads of 35 megabits per second. Restrictions apply.
So then I dropped some garlic and croutons on there, and the rest is salad history.
I made the best salad ever, people. And now I'm making the best app. The Caesar Sportsbook app got live in-game betting, parlays, and Caesar rewards. Caesar salad ain't got nothing on my app. Nothing.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Download the Caesar Sportsbook app. Your app is ready, Emperor.
It's coming Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen. The Colts take on the Vikings, and we get to see the quarterbacks continue to compete. Join me on Monday. I'm going to break it all down for you, and I can't wait.
The Ride with JMV.
Coming up, our conversation.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Backyard Bourbon Broadcast. The usual suspects here. Coach Ken Murphy in the 5. Josh Reddick, MLB, here in the 5. Also will be here. But joining us now, it's a family affair. I got to love this. Brent Holverson is here with his awesome third-grade daughter, Sage. Hi, Sage.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You glad to be on the show?
Yeah.
All right. Your dad sounds really good on the show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
She sounds really good on the show, too.
She
Brent.
does. This is her inaugural breakthrough on radio. So, Sage, welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
What? Go ahead. You guys have a little Q&A back and forth here.
So we were just talking. Sage, talk to us a little bit. So you're in third grade, right? Where do you go to school?
I go to Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon, okay. McCordsville Elementary, yep. And then what sports are you playing? You're playing some travel ball now, right?
Yeah, tennis, softball, and basketball.
Yes, that's right.
All right.
Little star here in the making. So you're excited for the new season to kick off, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, and real quick, we're going to talk a little football, but who's your favorite football team?
The Packers.
Yeah, that's right. Go Pack, go. Come on now. Hey, whoa. What we got going on out here?
Hey, all right. We're moving the third grader here in the backyard.
All right. Come on. All right, so you're excited. Football season starts here in, 3 weeks, I think we're out, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who's your favorite player?
Aaron Rodgers.
All right. We got him for one more year, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go, Pack, go. Let's do it.
Sage, you're awesome. Thank you, Vess. I love Sage being on the show. You also brought something up here that's pretty special, too.
Not
as special as that.
Not as special as this, John, but this is also on a different spectrum.
It is on a different special level. Yeah, different altogether.
Real quick, Sage, what is your favorite brand that Daddy has?
Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig's a good one. However, this is not Elijah Craig. This is something that we do not have here in Indiana. This is our Heaven Hill Bottle and Bonds, a 7-year-old. Outstanding. I brought a little sample here for us.
Let's do it. Is this a downer or we got to sip it?
This is going to be a sipper. This is a sipper. This is a nice cheers, my friend. Cheers.
That is smooth.
That is very smooth.
It is, again, Heaven Hill, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bottle and Bond. And you cannot get it here.
Can't get it here yet. We're hoping that it happens in the next year or so. We got it in 5 markets, but Kentucky being the closest. And, again, I was fortunate to have a bottle. I figured, you know what? What better way to celebrate with some good friends and enjoy some great bourbon.
That is awesome. Well, when you get a bottle, can you get me one of those, too? That's outstanding.
Absolutely will.
That's great. Brent Holverson right there and the awesome Sage. Are you having fun?
Yeah.
That's good right there. See, that makes me want to have Laney over here, too. I know Laney's listening, though. So,
hey, Laney.
Anyway, thank you, Sage.
You're welcome.
All right, Brent, we'll get you toward the tail end of the show as well. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3 in Lawrence with Todd Wilhelm this afternoon and having a blast. Coach Ken Murphy is here. He joins us talking baseball and more on the other side. And outfielder Josh Reddick will be on the program with the coach and me. 5 o'clock hour, 93.5 and 107.5 FM, The Fan.
Sports Center updates on The Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. It's the Big O Tires anniversary sale now through September 6th. Save up to $150 off a set of Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Trading in or selling your car, truck, or SUV? WeBuyAnyCar.com takes the hassle out of selling in just 3 easy steps. 1. Get your free online valuation. 2. Drive to your local car buying center. And 3. Walk out with your check in as little as 30 minutes. So don't wait. Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
Hey, Johnny, for PAI, it's WeGrowHairIndy.com. If you want to add to your lacking do right here, there's something you can do about it. You call Darren Andrews at 888-724-5129. Go through multi-unit hair grafting, artist robotic FUE, laser hair therapy, and then PRP to sustain that real hair growth with PAI. You have options of real growing hair again with PAI. 888-724-5129 at WeGrowHairIndy.com today.
Hey, it's Big Joe, and as summer heats up, so does the sports betting action at BetMGM. Sign up now using my bonus code Big Joe, and your first wager is totally risk-free up to $1,000. Place your bets on all the exciting showdowns in Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, and more. And when you register with BetMGM, you'll also get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. From breathtaking goals to colossal home runs, the king of sportsbooks takes every play to a whole new level of excitement. Simply download the BetMGM app today or go to BetMGM.com and enter my code BIGJOE to get back up to $1,000 on your very first wager. With BetMGM, you're just a few taps away from turning game time into showtime. This is a new customer offer, paid and free bets. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Indiana only. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-9-WITH-IT.
There is still time to get the backyard of your dreams. Book a project with us, and we'll get you in this season. Mark Rowland with Indy Decorative Concrete. Have us out for a no-pressure, free consultation. No one on our staff is commission-based, so I promise we will not hard sell you for your business. What sets us apart from our competitors is exceptional customer service, transparent pricing, the best quality products, and trustworthy people. Talk to us about installing a long-lasting, beautiful backyard living project. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Hey, John, for Connecticut Water, the official hydration of the Backyard Bourbon broadcast. Also, the location to get, and right now at great pricing, the best water possible with the Premier Series water softener, or the in-home K5 drinking water station. Get them for great prices with Joe, John, and Dennis in Connecticut. 2 locations, northeast side, Castleton, south side, US 31 at Southport Road. Online, ConnecticutIndy.com today.
PNC Bank believes that if your smartwatch can help you avoid overdoing it during a workout, then your bank should be able to help you avoid an overdraft fee. Introducing Low Cash Mode, available with Virtual Wallet, the financial watch out that gives you advance warning, multiple options, and at least 24 hours of extra time to help avoid an overdraft fee. Because we believe how you handle overdrafts should be in your control, not just your bank's. And now through October 12th, earn up to $300 when you open and use a select new Virtual Wallet product. Simply establish a qualifying direct deposit. To learn more, visit a branch or pnc.com/checking offer. Virtual Wallet with Low Cash Mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference. Low Cash Mode is a service mark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. Virtual Wallet is a registered trademark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Kurt Cavan here for Thorpe Real Estate. We've talked sports for years. Now let's talk about buying or selling your home. 317-622-8350.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
WIBC HD2, W298BB, WIBC HD3, W228CX, Indianapolis.
Avon hosts Lawrence North in the season debut of Friday Night Football. The action begins at 7 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
I am in the parking lot right now, hammering a bacon, egg, and cheese, hold the cheese, in preparation to go deep with 4 hits and put on a laser show to the likes of which you have never witnessed in your entire life.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Backyard Bourbon broadcast number 3. Heaven Hill Distillery brings us to you. We got Ford's Garage with the food, New Belgium Brewing, Ryan and the gang over there with the Fruit Smash, Voodoo Ranger, Fat Tire Beer, and our hydration officially that of Connecticut. The Coach Kent Murphy is joining us here now, too. You doing all right?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I wanted to set the stage because on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline, you said he liked how I was talking him up a little bit earlier.
Yes.
MLB slugger Josh Reddick joins the show. Do you like that description, Josh?
That's perfect. It's fitting, especially for that scrub on the other line.
Hey, I was going over a little bit about how you guys met. How'd you guys come together and become friends, I guess, in this case?
Do you want me to tell a story or you want to tell it?
I'm going to let Josh start, and then you can cut in there. Go ahead, Josh.
Well, I believe it was a nice Twitter confrontation going back and forth way back to 2013. I believe it was. We were playing the Reds that year with the A's, and we worked out something to get him a little bit of FaceTime on the field with us, and he made the short drive up to hang out and get to know one another. And ever since then, it's been a great friendship, great trash talking venture for myself. And he even came out to spring training. I believe it was 2 years later, and we got to hang out a little bit more, a couple of days, and get to know each other a little bit better. So I'll let him.
We got to know each other real much better than pal at spring break.
All right, I like your side of it. Sounds good. Coach Kit Murphy, give me your side of this budding friendship here.
He nailed the first part of it. It was I got invited to a Reds Oakland A's game at Cincinnati, Great American, to go do a pep talk, and it was him and it was Josh Donaldson, I think.
Yep.
Were walking me around the clubhouse like I was Brad Pitt, and I got to be honest, it was amazing. And Josh gave me like a bat and a glove, and Josh Donaldson. Josh Reddick didn't give me anything because he's just an awful human.
Yeah, it's funny. How much do you talk to Josh Donaldson nowadays?
No, but I went to spring training, and he invited me to stay at the house that he had rented at spring training. And I walked in, and he was eating pizza rolls. Like, as I walked in, I was like, is this what it takes to be a major leaguer? Because I feel like I could have been there years ago.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that.
I think
good at pizza rolls.
If you have a diet of pizza rolls at times, that's a good thing to me. Yeah. I could hang with you, Josh. Yeah. That's what happens.
I was probably crushing a vanilla Coke, too.
You were. And then he woke me up about 6 a.m. because he went to bed, and I did not. I had a good time in Scottsdale, Arizona. And he was like, hey, if you could quit snoring on my couch right now, that'd be great because I got batting practice in an hour. And I was like, well, have a good day out there.
Good luck with that,
have
BP.
A good day out there, pal.
I'm going to continue to snore on your couch. So Josh Reddick with us. Hey, how are things going for you right now, Josh?
It's going pretty good down here in Syracuse, New York right now, getting ready to play a game here in about an hour and a half. Anytime the boy's playing baseball, he's pretty happy. Obviously I think the big goal is to be up in the big leagues with the big league squad, but right now it's about just getting the job done and getting your work in and helping this team win right now and just having some all-out fun.
And how many bunts you think you're going to put down tonight? How many bunts you say you're going to lay down tonight? Over, under 2?
0.
Better not.
That's a definite under. Definitely. I know better than lay
I got your phone number. I'll talk to some family members. We'll get this straightened out, pal.
Absolutely. I don't lay bunts down.
It's Josh Reddick with us. Coach Kit Murphy's also here. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3. And Josh is via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. What have they told you about getting called up? That possibility. Because obviously we're getting to a point in the season where they're going to widen the roster here. Where are you with that in mind?
I actually don't know. I haven't been told much of anything here as of late. Just to get down here and play every day and just be ready for that call. So that's what I'm doing right now. And if things don't work out at the end of the month, I have an opt-out date, so I can take that out if I want to, or I can stay here and continue working and doing my thing, or I can test the free agent market and see where we're at in that regard. But right now it's just about putting the uniform on and going out there and getting some knocks and going home for the night and doing it all over again the next day.
It's a beautiful script. I don't know who wrote it, but if you want to get called up tomorrow, just hit a dinger. You know what I mean?
I did. I hit
some
one
cheese
yesterday,
dogs.
I hit one foul yesterday. I'm not going to
call me. I'll show you. I'll send you a video. I got one.
Hey, Josh, he told me, seriously, I walked in here to this backyard where we're doing the show from, and everybody's having a great time partying and drinking. And the first thing he talked about is how he could take you deep because he's seen you pitch.
Well, I saw Pujols do it, so I knew I could.
Pujols has 680 them things, so I'm not.
Yeah, he's 96 years old. Hit one about 450 on you, pal.
He did. It was only 62 miles an hour. I don't even think that's below your hitting speed. I don't know if you could wait on that one.
I couldn't hit 62 right now if I tried. I could hit 72 though, without trying.
I'm pretty sure I could strike Ken out. I think he's out of practice. He's a little outdated. His BP with this. I know COVID restrictions have probably limited him to his cage work and a BP thrower. So I feel like the advantage is on me. I've pitched more than he's hit in the last year. So I think that's on me right now.
That's fair.
What?
You have pitched more than I've hit.
He is,
because I like to play a full game. You know what I mean? I play the field. I hit some dingers. I'm not. Hey, every fifth day, let me play some baseball and make more than you.
Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case for me in Arizona. That wasn't the case for me in Arizona, Kent. I couldn't help that.
I'm too hot to handle, too cold to hold, pal. Coming at you like Macho Man. Bring it.
That's the complete opposite of what I heard about when those ladies came and talked to you in Scottsdale and you tried to show them how cool you were.
Wait a minute. Wait. I want to hear this story about the ladies in Scottsdale.
I don't want to name drop. But it wasn't even you,
Let's
pal.
let the slugger, let's let him explain the ladies in Scottsdale thing.
It was a guy whose name is also a cereal. I'm just going to leave it there. Played for the A's for a while.
Yeah,
and
he was all right.
first of all, he paid me and my buddy $100 to see who could win in a foot race, and I fell.
He lost
because I don't do foot races. I hit dingers and I trot around the bases. I don't run fast.
That's true. Sprints are a tough task for you when you're used to jogging so much.
We got dropped off to the W Hotel and abandoned.
I thought it was great. I enjoyed the hell out of myself watching that foot race.
Yeah. Well, it was about 5 a.m. We had to lie to the people at the hotel and tell them that we played for the A's and that we were getting rookie haze because we had A's. We bought those A's plastic helmets at the baseball game because we were just heckling. We were heckling Josh. So first of all, Reddick bought us tickets to the A's game at spring training. He's like, I got you tickets.
And you heckled him?
Well, he was playing right field, and he bought us tickets behind home plate, and I said, well, that ain't good enough. So we bought our own tickets in right field, and we just rode it. We just rode him for 9 innings.
Let me tell you, hey, Josh, man, that's bad news.
Yeah.
You buy a dude tickets, and then he heckles you at that game.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about it because in Oakland, I was a staple. I didn't have to pay for my tickets. I just asked for them. They gave me.
That's true. He also, at that game, it was before the game started. I don't know if you remember this, but you were shagging fly balls, and we were riding him we were sitting right in right field, and we're riding him. And I'm yelling, Josh, and he sees us, so he gets the last ball, and instead of throwing in, he gets a pen and he writes on it. And he goes to throw it to me, and well, this maybe 5-year-old kid in front of me catches it, and I just snatched it from the 5-year-old kid because I was like, you can't read that. I don't know what he wrote. He's a loose cannon. But and his dad was like, don't take the ball from my kid. I was like, I'll get you another ball. I know the guys. But he can't read that ball. And he shouldn't have read it. I can't say it on the air, but he should not have read that ball.
Wow, he put
so
some
then Josh
cuss
threw me
words.
another ball, and I gave it to the kid because I was like, well, I feel bad for snatching a ball from a kid, but I don't know what his reading level was, and he did not need to see that.
You probably didn't have that baseball.
I still
anymore,
have
be
that
honest.
ball, pal.
It wasn't grammatically correct.
Well, no. The spelling was off.
Well, I mean, I'm
It
from
is,
Georgia, man. I went to junior college. It's not all there all the time.
No, I agree. I failed out of Ball State, so here we are.
Listen, I mean, you're hitting real dingers there,
Yeah.
Josh. That's what matters right now, man.
Exactly.
That's you.
Exactly.
Now, I do want to ask this. Josh Reddick is on the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. Coach Kent Murphy is here. Ryan Nally is also with us here. We're in the Backyard Bourbon broadcast. When you guys first met, I mean, was it a good thing or was it trash talk that was kind of fiery? How did this thing go initially?
As long as for the 8 years that we've known each other, I think the first 5 to 10 minutes of meeting each other has been the only time we've probably been nice to each other.
That's true. That's 100% true.
It's been trash talk since 10 minutes post-meet.
Yep.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. I prefer that.
I was in Fort Lauderdale this week with my girlfriend, and so we made some Facebook posts, and every post he was on it. You couldn't hit one over that. Couldn't hit one over that. Just trash talking me for no reason. In front of my mother. In front of my mother.
Just think about all those families you disgraced, and you got disgraced for once in your career.
Have a good lonely Thanksgiving this year, pal. Not coming to my house.
Hey, how many? He gives me, Josh, he gives me a list, not detailed in terms of names, but a list of many major leaguers that dig his persona and like to hang out with him. Is that a lengthy list, as lengthy as he says, or might it be a little bit smaller than what he suggests?
I would have to see this said list, but if I had to make an assessment based on just my knowledge of how people appear for him, I think it's pretty high. I think when he first got to doing his thing, I think that we all fell in love with it, thought it was hilarious. I think the Dinger Derby was a big big event for Kent and big leaguers around everywhere because just the catchphrases alone, I think, had us cracking up in the big league clubhouse. And if I could speak for probably the majority of big leaguers, that I think that they would appreciate it. And you look now at the way the game's going, bat flips and pimp jobs are a thing of the present now as opposed to more frowned upon. So I think maybe Kent was a little bit ahead of our time and was just seeing what was coming in the near future.
I'm glad you brought that up, too, because I hear about this, too. Like, Tucker Barnhart of the Reds is a really good friend of mine. And he says, that is the direction in which we're going in. Like, the things that used to get you hit in that next at bat, going above and beyond the whole showing up thing. Is it going to get even worse than what we see at bat flip-wise and that moving forward here, Josh?
The way things are going, I 100% believe so, and I'm a big fan of how it's working now. I came up in an older generation of you hit the ball, you run, you go, and if you pimp it, you get hit in the ribs and you go to first. There's none of this crybaby whining. Why'd you hit me? When I watched my ball land for 10 seconds and then decided to jog, that's just not me. I'm old school, and that's just not how the game should be played. But this whole let the kids play thing has just been what they want to do, and it's a youth movement now. So I just got to keep my mouth shut. And when I hit my dingers, I put the bat down nice and easy, and I jog. I don't sit there and watch it. I've never been a pimp job guy, and I actually took it to a completely different level. 2 years ago in the playoffs, I hit a home run in Yankee Stadium, and instead of throwing my bat, I set it down nice and gently on the grass, and then I jogged because if a bat just treated you that well to hit a dinger for you, why would you want to throw it and mistreat it when you pop up and you throw it on the ground just as hard as you do when you bat flip it? So
that's a real shame that ball slipped out of that pitcher's hands and only came in at 80.
Exactly.
Imagine if he were thrown hard. We were talking about a different story.
I wouldn't have hit it. Exactly. It's his fault for throwing a slider. What a dummy.
That's what I said.
I will say this. If you lay the bat down like that now, that's like the reverse.
It's almost
showing
more
somebody up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's a reverse.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm trying to do something different to show this guy up now.
Right. I'm not doing anything to show anybody up. That's just not how my game plays. But you never know the way the game's played now. That could be a different perspective for a lot of people. Oh, he set his bat down soft. I better get pissed and throw it in the next at bat.
Who'd you have the worst relationship with as far as the pitcher's concerned? Besides Coach Kent Murphy.
Yeah. Let's move on from that guy.
I mean, he probably hates me because he knows what I do off of him. But I haven't really had any bad blood against any pitchers that, directly towards me. My only bad blood would be probably somebody throwing at one of my guys and it being a big situation. Then I'll get on the top step and bark at you. But I'm not a guy that, if I get hit by a pitch, I'm not going to be looking at him throwing my hands up like, hey, man, why'd you hit me? And you see that a lot more nowadays where guys get hit and everybody thinks they're getting hit on purpose.
But isn't that the thing, though? Like, if they hit one of your guys and the pitcher sees you up on the top step, he'd be like, well, I'm going to hit 4 more of those if that's all that's coming out to me.
No, they're not too worried about hitting me.
He's like, that's it? That's all I got to face? I'll keep hitting them. And he's like Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura, and all of you. Just putting you in a headlock and knocking you out, pal.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about getting hit. I'm not too big of a name anymore. If they were hitting a big name on our team, it surely wasn't Josh Reddick. They were probably looking to hit maybe an Altuve or somebody like that. So I hid in the shadows on that team to not be the guy that would get hit. But I don't really have too much bad blood against pitchers.
So Josh Reddick is on the Eddie Moore Automotive Group hotline, getting set for a game, and the coach, Kent Murphy, is here as well. I'll tell you what. Being around you guys has to be a blast, but I will say this. I just got a tweet from Jonah, who lives in Phoenix, Arizona, that says that Coach Kent Murphy, he's cool with not going with the Scottsdale, Arizona chicks because they're big-time trouble. I don't know if he meant trouble by taking your money or like skankily. Did you? He may have meant skankily, I think.
It could have been both. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
So
we'll leave that.
You run with a rough crowd. I'll just say that. I'll just leave it there.
Next question.
Yeah, exactly.
2013 was a wild time, pal.
Yeah, yes, it was.
So Josh Reddick, hey, I appreciate you jumping on here today. I know it's a game day and you're getting set for some things, but thanks for coming on here and having some fun with us, even though you probably don't have too much fun talking to the coach here, huh?
No, not at all. He and I are pretty boring conversations whenever he and I get together. But I just want to make it known to the public that he asked me to come on. I didn't ask him. He reached out to me to get me on here so he wouldn't be as boring as it might have been by himself.
Hey,
Well, I knew you weren't doing nothing, so I was like, well, I'll call Josh. He ain't doing nothing today.
Sure ain't. You ain't wrong there either, brother.
Hey, Josh, I appreciate it, man. We'll get you guys back on again and have you guys go at it. That was really fun, man. I appreciate you, and continued success, and hopefully we see you up and doing some business coming up here in the latter part of the season.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate y'all having me. It was fun. Kent, I'll be in contact with you shortly.
You better. Good to hear from you, brother.
You too, guys. You take care, guys.
That's Josh Reddick, plays in Syracuse right now within the Mets organization via the Andy Moore Automotive Group hotline. So you guys just met via social media.
Yeah, Twitter. Twitter was huge back in the day. And, Yep. And that's
who else have you met? You got good relationships with?
Man, we did the video. The first big one that we ever did was Pat McAfee and Matt Overton when he was long snapping here, and they were the first ones that hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, can we do a video with you?" And I was like, nothing would make me happier because I was going to do it tomorrow anyway, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And they came out, and I think once that did it, and Pat had a pretty big Twitter following, he tweeted it out, and that's really when the floodgates opened and other people started reaching out.
I know a year ago, I guess considering the Mets organization and the big club, you did something with Pete Alonso, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, we did. He was on my podcast last year, right after he had won right after the pandemic started.
Yeah,
and he had just won the home run derby, and so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. He told me he had been listening to me since he was in high school, which was troubling because I thought I was young and now I'm not.
So I
was like 30 at the time.
Obviously, a lot of baseball players listen to you. Have you ever been surprised by somebody else as far as entertainment is concerned that listened to you and reached out to you at all?
Not so much. It's been a lot of baseball players, but I'll be honest with you. Every time it happens with baseball, I am blown away because I was a kid. I was the kid that grew up and I was like, Mom, I'm going to grow up and be a pro baseball player and I'm going to buy you a house on the beach. You know, that was always the dream as a kid, and here I am being a fake baseball player, and now these guys are calling me. So that's pretty cool.
Now, I mentioned this. I don't know how much you want to get into it. If you don't, that's okay. But there's another Twitter handle that kind of plays off of what you do here.
Sure.
How does that work?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
I've at one time I've contacted a lawyer who sent out a whole bunch of cease and desist letters.
Really?
Yeah, and basically what he told me was you'll make more money off of them being there than not, and if we pursue this, you'll pay more money to recoup the money that you quote unquote lost than you'll gain. He's like, so just scare them and whatever. They're putting your videos out, and I get more views that way. So
do you know who that person is, or any of these people are?
Allegedly, I know.
Allegedly,
yeah, I can't say it. It's a whole thing, but yeah, allegedly works for a Major League Baseball team.
Have you ever talked to this person?
I have via DM. Yeah, and he's offered me a business proposition, which he offered basically to split me money on my own copyrights, and I was like, well, that's a bad business decision. First of all, I'm not Jeff Bezos, but I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
So you came up with yours first, and then this guy kind of played off of yours.
Yeah, pretty much. And
then now, as a result of that, he wants half of this.
Well, that's what he proposed. Yeah, so I'm rooting for him.
That doesn't sound like a good deal.
It might work out. I don't know.
So is this a pain in the ass?
No. At the end of the day, I end up their accounts get so big and they put the videos out, and so at the end of the day, it actually ends up helping me. It's just more of scaring them.
Yeah.
To stop selling my merchandise, which is fine. Yeah. I tried to trademark the word dinger a while ago, and they wouldn't let me. And if I did, I may be the richest person in the world.
What do you have trademarked?
I've got a lot of stuff trademarked with Kent Murphy and all that stuff, but dinger, they said, was too much of a common phrase, and that's why I got denied.
Do you do this in a stand-up role?
Not Kent Murphy. I do stand-up, but not the Kent Murphy. Yeah.
No, so you don't utilize.
I did it once, and it was awful.
Why was it awful?
Because you know that Donnie Baker's a good friend of mine.
Yes, and mine too.
And I admire what he does. He just absolutely kills it. And so I was like, maybe I can do what he does. and I just can't. And I'm pretty good as Nick Hall. Pretty good. As
Old
Kent
D.
Murphy
Baker.
I think as Kent Murphy on stage when I did it the one time, I did came up with a list of a Little League sign-up, and I had 10 rules to sign up for this Little League team. And in my head it was funny, but it just didn't play out on stage. The crowd was there for Donnie and some other people, and it was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to leave here. In 5 minutes I'm done, guys. Just bear with me, Yeah.
Yeah, I think I told you that story before where Donnie Baker got me a cease and desist from Big T Griswold, man.
He is the best.
Shout out to Tom Griswold, by the way, too. I know just had heart surgery earlier in the week, and we love Tommy G, even if he did send me a letter from a lawyer about 5 years ago. I still love him.
If I could wish anything on anybody, it would be to ride in a car for 1 hour with Donnie Baker, because it'll be the most you'll laugh in a lifetime.
Yeah.
1 hour with that guy is all you need.
He is fun. I can't imagine, because even before this whole Donnie Baker thing, he was the Jerky Boys before the Jerky Boys.
Oh, absolutely, yep.
You know, I remember the Jerky Boys, that was the prank phone calling group before, you had technology that can identify you.
Frank Rizzo back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. But Donnie Baker did that long before the Jerky Boys did.
Yep. He's one of a kind, man. He really is.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So, you get on the road here to do some stand up here?
Well, we're working on it. Yep, I'm doing some open mics and stuff now, tuning up, and so we'll see what happens. It's been a while, so.
That's awesome, though. Yep. Man, you live a life, though. You do those videos and people love it.
Hang out with these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Wilhelms.
Nally was up here. Nally didn't even hear you. I love Nally, man.
Nally's not even here anymore.
Nally's behind the tree right there. Now you're going to be a part of some of these because we're with Nally and Brent and Joe's Grill.
Yep.
I think Fisher's, Castleton,
Westfield,
and then Free Spirit, other places too. So you'll have to come out with us a lot.
Absolutely, man.
I know people love your stuff and they love it when you come on here. Thanks as always, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely, I appreciate it.
It's Coach Kent Murphy right there who brought us MLB slugger Josh Reddick a little bit earlier. Podcast that one up, 1075thefan.com. Backyard Bourbon broadcast. This is number 3 of 4. Number 4 is coming up next week. My man Ryan Nally is a stud, the superstar here. And here's Brent Holverson going to come up here as well. We'll rejoin these guys. I got Colts Happy Hour coming up at the top of the hour. This is 93.5 and 1075 The Fan.
Hi, this is Ryan Newman, NASCAR Cup Series driver and champion for a great cause, driven to save lives and organ donation. Look, what I do is dangerous, and nobody's invincible, but we can all do something incredible to save the lives of others. That's why I want you to take a moment and register yourself as an organ donor, like me, at driventosavelives.org. You might just become somebody's real hero.
Rick Edelman, award-winning radio host and founder of Edelman Financial Engines, takes questions on his radio show. Let's hear his advice on annuities.
Hey, Rick, I'm looking for a good investment. Should I consider a fixed annuity?
Well, fixed annuities aren't really investments. They're insurance products. You'll get a fixed rate of return from them, but it might not be enough to offset taxes and inflation. Most annuity contracts require you to keep the money there for 5 to 10 years, and if you're under age 59 and a half, any withdrawals are subject to a 10% IRS penalty. You should talk, therefore, to a fee-based financial advisor to see if an annuity is right for you, not someone who makes a living earning commissions selling annuities. You want a fiduciary who puts your best interests first.
If you're looking for a trusted partner who's got your back, talk to one of our experienced financial planners by calling 888-PLAN-RICK or visit rickedelman.com.
Hey, John here for Big Red Liquors, 59 Indiana locations, and giving away 6 in the month of August. Solo stoves for you, your backyard, your patio, maybe campsite as well with my friends from Big Red Liquors. You can sign up absolutely free. Got to be 21 to do so. They'll give away 6 in the month of August. Now, again, you're going to be sliding by anyway, so why not make sure that you're set up for the weekend and then give yourself an opportunity to win one of 6 solo stoves at Big Red Liquors. Sign up today. 59 Indiana locations. You can find out more online, bigredliquors.com today.
There is still time to get the backyard of your dreams. Book a project with us, and we'll get you in this season. Mark Rowland with Indy Decorative Concrete. Have us out for a no-pressure, free consultation. No one on our staff is commission-based, so I promise we will not hard sell you for your business. What sets us apart from our competitors is exceptional customer service, transparent pricing, the best quality products, and trustworthy people. Talk to us about installing a long-lasting, beautiful backyard living project. IndyDecorativeConcrete.com.
Got Medicaid? Got Medicare? Get more benefits. A dual special needs plan from United Healthcare gives you dental coverage, credits to buy over-the-counter products, routine vision care, and much more. If you have Medicaid and Medicare, there's more for you. Call 1-855-556-7598. That's 1-855-556-7598. Benefits and features vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Hi, I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Last year, our average client saved almost $350 a month with an easy rate reduction refinance. What would you do with an extra $300 to $400 a month? When mortgage interest rates are in the twos, you have options. Let's see how much money we can save you. The 5-minute loan approval only available at thehomeloanexpert.com.
The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hi, we're OfferPad, the new way homes are sold. Go to OfferPad.com, tell us about your home, and we'll send you a great cash offer. Or, if that's not your style, we can also list your home with tons of free OfferPad services, free handyman fixes, house cleaning, yard work, and more to get your home show ready. We can even advance renovation costs to maximize your home's value. Whatever way you want to sell, you're sold with OfferPad. Sell your way today at OfferPad.com. Terms and conditions apply. Real estate brokerage and services provided by OfferPad Brokerage LLC. Equal housing opportunity.
Hey race fans, this is Tim Wicker from Electric Plus. When you're looking for an electrical contractor to take care of your next construction project, facility upgrade, or simple maintenance work, make sure you call Electric Plus to give you a professional and top quality project with the best team members in the industry. Just like race car drivers desire to be the best, the mission of Electric Plus is to be the best electrical contractor, period. Visit our website at electricplus.com to see how we can take care of your electrical needs.
Sports Center updates on the Fan are brought to you by Big O Tires. It's the Big O Tires anniversary sale now through September 6th. Save up to $150 off a set of Big O brand tires. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Sports with Dan Dockich.
As a coach, I loved that they each had to overcome a glaring miscue, and both did. The strip sack of Eason, the interception by Ellinger, both had under pressure drives after they had made mistakes. These are guys competing for an NFL starting job. Both are expected to at least be decent, and both were decent. In fact, both were better than I thought they would be.
Dan Dockich, weekdays noon to 3 on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan. The Ride with JMV.
Smokey, this is not Nam. This is bowling. There are rules.
93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
Hey, welcome back. Backyard, Todd Wilhelm. We're in Lawrence today. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast. This is number 3. We got number 4 coming at you next Friday. We will draw coming up this week. I really enjoyed that. Coach Kent Murphy, you can find him on Twitter, who is hilarious. You'll love that.
Never bunt.
Nicole. I'm allowed to say his name on here, right?
Yeah, never
I never
bunt.
knew. I never asked him if I could say his real name, and then he did a little bit earlier, so I just kind of followed suit.
Never bunt.
And then brought on his friend, MLBer. He's in Syracuse now in the Mets organization, trying to work his way back up to the Mets, maybe for a late season situation. Josh Reddick hit a lot of dingers himself in MLB a little bit earlier. We also talked to Mike Wells of ESPN.com. Bob Lovell was also here. Sage Holverson was on the show. Brent Holverson returns. Ryan Nally is here from Joe's Grill, the 3 locations you can find: Westfield, Fishers, Castleton, and, of course, the Free Spirit up in Castleton as well.
Man.
Nally, man, it's good to see you.
It's great to be seen.
I know it. I can't wait till the football season. Thursdays, we're going to be all over the place with you.
We're going to do our best to just throw these larceny locks out, and it's amazing.
And R.
Give a
Miller's
shout-out
going to be locked in, too. Oh, yeah.
Mikey Doran,
Thomas.
not a whiskey business.
Yep.
Jason Jenkins, it's
Well, Tommy
exciting.
S. Tommy S. always. Tommy S. is probably excited this weekend because the Vikings are playing in the preseason, right?
Well, nobody's perfect.
Little Tommy S. is a
He's gonna
Vikings
be
fan.
angry. He's going to be angry.
Hey, how are the Joe's Grill locations doing right now?
Killing it.
What has it been, a little over a year since the Westfield opening?
September, yeah. Great live bands and just a whole lot of support. We're just very happy to be in the climate we're in, just enjoying it.
It seems, it's weird in a lot of things. It seems like things are coming back. But in other ways, it seems like it's kind of business as usual.
Business as usual.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's how I want to look at it as well.
Good thing is we're going to have a chance to do a couple shows from the new Joe's Westfield, which is, again, coming up here soon. So we've got, I think we've got 2 shows up there. 2 in Castleton, 2 in Fishers, and one at Free Spirit. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to have a great little, Larceny Locks, Little Shots. It's back, John.
It is again, and we're going to do that again, I think, for a bar restock, right?
Absolutely.
Is that what we did last year with our winners that followed along? So,
absolutely.
We'll get that. Kyle will set us up with that. Somebody's going to win that in our weekly pick'em, Larceny Locks and Ludo Azul Tequila Shots. Yeah, it's been a little over a year. You said a little under a year since Westfield cracked open. I felt good about that because we were the first thing to happen there, right? I think this show was the first thing that basically happened there.
Yeah, we were excited.
It was great.
Absolutely.
We're just happy to be open.
What an incredible growing place that
Live
is up in
entertainment
Westfield.
bands is amazing, and love Westfield.
What do you guys got going on this weekend?
Actually, we have Chasing Katie playing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I know you guys went to see Hall & Oates and Squeeze last night, huh?
We did.
Together.
Yeah.
I saw pictures
It was good.
on Facebook.
It was good.
You're looking at me like I shouldn't say anything.
Harvey and I hugged each other during Hall & Oates.
You were, I was surprised they didn't go into one-on-one when you guys were hugging one another, but they didn't play it.
Hey, he was giving me some private eyes, and I was like, man, I don't know about this.
I was very curious about
They said, hey, Nally, your kiss is not on my list tonight, all right?
Absolutely.
We were doing the over-under on plastic surgery. It was pretty good.
Oh, hey, listen, as long as you can belt out the catalog of hits,
oh, sure,
I'm all good with it, man.
It was good.
Well,
Nick
Galullo will give us all of it. Trust me.
Oh, man. I've seen them before because I said this yesterday. I go back, and you guys probably do as well. Remember the Rib Fest they used to have down in Military Park?
Absolutely.
And they'd have like concerts, and Hall & Oates came in here one year for a Rib Fest, and I saw them there. But since then, whether it's, the whole yacht rock thing or, just the fact that people love the late 70s and 80s again, man, they have had a rebirth to an entirely different generation of listeners, which is awesome.
It is awesome. And there was a lot of diverse crowd out there last night. It was packed, too. It was great. I mean, again, so happy music's back, right?
Yeah.
And Deer Creek or Ruoff, whatever you want to call it.
We'll call it Deer Creek.
We'll call it Deer Creek because you always will. But it was awesome last night. And, such a treat to be able to hang with Ryan and Sherry Nally. And Lisa got to go with us last night, too. So we had a lot of fun, John. We missed you. I thought I'd see you, though.
I'm not supposed to go, and I'm supposed to go with Hagen. And then at the last minute, I couldn't, and I had to bail. And I suck for that. And I was watching all the pictures because I'd never seen Squeeze, and I wanted to see Squeeze. And didn't get to see that. Didn't get to see Hall & Oates. Got nothing.
Well,
Jack squad.
I tell you, man, there'll be another time, right? Another time.
Well, I don't know, man. You're kind of counting the days on these dudes.
That's
when it comes,
the goal was to take it easy last night. We didn't take it easy.
It's like years ago, I'm glad I got in like Neil Diamond. I went to see Neil Diamond. The reason why is I'm thinking, I don't know how much longer Neil Diamond's going to be around. So let me add this to the resume. So I went to see Neil Diamond. I'm glad I did. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe you get a little bit older. And maybe before that, they just want to stop doing it.
He's a songwriter of our generation.
Indeed he is. You got that right. I love me some Neil Diamond. It was a hell of a show right there at Bankers Live Fieldhouse. All right, what else? And by the way, I haven't finished it all yet, but this was outstanding.
Isn't it nice?
Here. It is
I
really
hope
smooth.
that's a treat for what's to come. I mean, we'll be probably on the next go-around as far as states that get it, but that Heaven Hill Bottled Bond 7-year-old is outstanding. So
I sent this out via tweet, and maybe, is there a timetable on maybe when we see that?
I wish I could say that, John, but no, I don't have a timetable. I would feel comfortable saying I feel we'll be good in the next year or so. Okay. So let's look at it that way. But I will tell you this. I mean, as everybody knows with what's going on in the world, there are supply chain issues from glass, from, of course, the work shortage. I mean, Nally's going through, a lot of people are going through all this stuff here, right? So that's been a big complication that's probably put things back a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people in live entertainment world and bars and restaurants. Everybody had patience.
Oh, yeah. It'll be back.
Yeah.
We're all good.
I mean, listen, our world was off its axis for, 6 months, better part of the year.
So, we are probably the most, as far as live entertainment world, I'm just happy bands are back.
Yeah.
For sure.
And staff is back, and we're good.
Well, I'm thinking about, just as long, we got high school football season starting later on tonight, and then ultimately the Colts are going to start here, next couple of weeks or so. And just seeing that preseason game 1 Saturday or Sunday afternoon and seeing that crowd of 45,000, which is not a big crowd by NFL standards, but man, that looked and sounded and felt really good, guys.
Oh, and it's going to feel good to see that come back once we start the season off again. I mean, again, last year, hey, we do a little bit of gambling, right?
Yeah.
So gambling was tough last year.
Yeah, it was.
You didn't have fans, right? So that's going to bring that aspect back, that we're going to have a good chance to we're going to up that record from last year, John.
Yes, I know it. We got to work on it a little bit.
I can't wait to start plugging in football bets.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it'll make us feel good again. Now, does Ryan Miller have anything new on any menus throughout Joe's Grill?
Right now he's in Wisconsin.
Okay, so he doesn't.
He took his nephew down there for the Packer fans. Shout out to Ryan Miller.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. He's going to Lambeau for the game.
Yeah,
his nephew. Very cool.
Well, he comes up with different stuff occasionally, does he not? On that menu.
Great menu items up there, absolutely.
He's probably the most genius guy when it comes to bourbon and food.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all need that, man.
We all do
bourbon
need that.
And food. There's
nothing
no doubt
better.
about
That's a good 1-2 punch right there, too, right? That's a perfect 1-2 punch.
Bourbon and food, and we need that as much as possible.
Look at the gracious host, John.
You got to drop your pants here.
Drop your pants here.
I'm all for it.
Big shout out to Kit and Toddy Wilhelm.
I got a feeling you don't have to ask Nally twice to drop his pants right here.
I don't need to see
there he goes, man.
Turn the third eye there.
All right. Hey, thank you, Nally. And again, sooner rather than later, we're going to start all these Thursdays at Joe's Grill, whether we're in Castleton, Westfield, Fishers, Free Spirit, and Tommy S. is going to have us 3 different times downtown at Coach's. And
kicking the season off at September 9th at Slippery Noodle, too.
And it feels like forever since I've been there, too.
Absolutely.
I can't wait.
Shout out to Josh Kaplinger.
Yeah. Be good to get back down there, Cappy. Yes, sir. Hey, it's back.
Guys, I appreciate you. Thanks for having us.
Can't wait for you to be at Free Spirit.
Holverson and Nally right here together. We're in Lawrence. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast number 3. We got the 4th coming up next Friday. I'll make that announcement coming up Monday right here. We've got your chance with the race of the day to get a 50-50 split of betting and dining at Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson. We'll set the lineup for you coming up next. I have Colts Happy Hour coming up at the top of the hour. Backyard Bourbon Broadcast were brought to you by Heaven Hill Distillery, 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Summer is here, so kids, tell your parents about the Forum Credit Union's Sprout of the Month contest, where you could win $100 in a Sprout account. Details at 1075thefan.com.
Are you one of those people who thinks it's okay to drive stoned? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You end up driving below the speed limit? It's no big deal, right? Wrong. The truth is, your reaction times slow way down when you're high. You not only put yourself in danger, but everyone around you. Talk about a buzzkill. Stop kidding yourself. It's not okay to drive high. If you've been using marijuana in any form, do not get behind the wheel. If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Hey, John, for CarX, got the CarX locations here in central Indiana. Yeah, in fact, I did talk to Joe Childers the other day, right? I was in there yesterday at CarX over in Plainfield with he and Micah. The Brownsburg location is not officially open yet. That will be the 14th under the guidance of the great Joe Childers. And you can go right now and get a back to school, back to work, road ready package, including a brake check, a tire check, a rotation, a wiper change, and so much more. Constantly keeping you road ready. The 13 locations of CarX in central Indiana. Shout out to Joe Childers and Micah in Plainfield, which I may go over there tomorrow and have them check out some stuff as well. And they're there for you. Make sure you're covered, car, truck, or van-wise, with CarX for that location nearest you. It's CarX.com today.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at WeBuyAnyCar.
Why is Culver's such a treat for so many families? Here's a hint. This treat is thick and creamy, and everyone can get it any way they like. Our fresh, frozen custard. We craft it in small batches throughout the day to make our guests stay, using fresh dairy from America's family farms. Shakes, cones, sundaes, concrete mixers, flavor of the day, oh, and the toppings.
Who says you can't please everyone? There's more than one way to dessert at Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
At Culver's, we cook our butter burgers pretty much the same as you would at home, only the freshest beef will do. We're talking the highest quality 3-cut blend, no shortcuts. Got it? Great. Then you'll need to master our signature press and sear technique. This is crucial. You may want to practice a few thousand times. Add real Wisconsin cheese, because why would you have cheese from anywhere else? Top with a lightly buttered toasted bun. Serve yourself with a big warm smile.
Better yet, come to Culver's and leave the whole cook-to-order butter burger thing to us. Welcome to Delicious.
PNC Bank believes that if your smartwatch can help you avoid overdoing it during a workout, then your bank should be able to help you avoid an overdraft fee. Introducing Low Cash Mode, available with Virtual Wallet, the financial watch out that gives you advance warning, multiple options, and at least 24 hours of extra time to help avoid an overdraft fee. Because we believe how you handle overdrafts should be in your control, not just your bank's. And now through October 12th, earn up to $300 when you open and use a select new Virtual Wallet product. Simply establish a qualifying direct deposit. To learn more, visit a branch or pnc.com/checking offer. Virtual Wallet with Low Cash Mode from PNC Bank. One way we're making a difference. Low Cash Mode is a service mark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. Virtual Wallet is a registered trademark of the PNC Financial Services Group, Incorporated. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, it's JMV here. It's time for the race of the day. Harris Hoosier Park at Anderson. The winner gets a 50-50 split of betting and dining from Harris Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. Here's the lineup. Kim Becker gets Come On Over. Toby C. has Every Play Counts. Mike Gary gets Pace Sealster. Patrick Bailey goes to Star of Oz. Putnam's Attack for Leonard Gregory. Tracy Sprinkle gets backup A. The Optimist goes to Zach Staley, and Jason Stennett has Always Relentless. There it is. Your lineup is set. Here is your Friday Harris Hoosier Park Race of the Day. Good luck.
The following is presented by the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. From Harris Hoosier Park Racing and Casino, it's time for the Harness Race of the Day on 93.5 and 107.5. The Fan.
They are up. Good beginning for the favorite. Star of Oz out for the lead. Every play counts to the inside. Then Pace Sealster is third. Putnam's Attack fourth. Backup is next in fifth. At the inside is Come On Over. The Optimist is in between horses. And Always Relentless is 3 wide to the turn. As they move on the turn, Star of Oz leads. Every play counts by a length through a quarter mile of 27-3. Racing in third is Pace Sealster, and then Putnam's Attack fourth. Back up is still fifth. A length back of that to Come On Over, followed by the Optimist and Always Relentless trails as they move up the back stretch. It's Star of Oz in front. Star of Oz there, still a length over Every Play Counts, who is in the pocket second. Racing in third, Pace Sealster. Now Putnam's Attack is on the attack up on the outside. Half mile on the board in 56-3. Putnam's Attack has taken third. Racing in fifth is Backup right behind that pairing. And moving up on the outside, here comes the Optimist. Come On Over is back in seventh, and Always Relentless is eighth, as Star of Oz leads the way on the far turn. Putnam's Attack and Every Play Counts right behind that leader. Every Play Counts holding narrow sway in second. Pace Sealster is fourth, then Backup and the Optimist as they move into the stretch after 3 quarters in 125-1. Star of Oz in front by 2. Every Play Counts is second. Putnam's Attack now dropping back. Pace Sealster down on the inside. The Optimist is in between horses. Now they're moving past the 8th pole, and Star of Oz still holding on to this lead. Every Play Counts is tipped down and is trying to come on. Putnam's Attack is finding more. Pace Sealster down on the inside. It's Star of Oz. Every Play Counts. Every Play Counts. Got it! second. I think Putnam's Attack rallied up for second over Star of Oz, but a photo for place, and then Pace Sealster in 153.
Just minutes from Indy off I-69 in Anderson, Harrah's Hoosier Park has standard bred horse racing through December 4th, thanks in part to the Indiana Standard Bred Breed Development Program. And keep listening for your chance to win with the Harrah's Hoosier Park Harness Race of the Day on 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan. Listen on air, online at 1075thefan.com, and on our free app at Google Play and on the App Store. The Ride with JMV.
I don't understand a word you just said.
93.5 and 107.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Toby C., the winner of today's race of the day. Harrah's Hoosier Park in Anderson. He'll win a VIP prize pack, 50 in betting, 50 in dining at Harrah's Hoosier Park Racing and Casino. Your results: every play counts. For the win, it was $9. The place, $440. The show, $260. Putnam's Attack, the place was $520. The show, $280. And Star of Oz, the show, for $240. The $2 exacta payout went at $33.20. The 50-cent trifecta payout, $14.55. There it is, your Harrah's Hoosier Park race of the day. Hey, I did want to give a shout out because I saw J.R. Means, a friend of the show, sent this out a little bit. Actually, he actually sent me something yesterday. And St. Susanna, I hope I'm getting that right. Susanna, thank you, Molly. St. Susanna Festival in Plainfield is going on, and our guy Joe Childers has stepped up big time to support the effort, and we love Joe Childers, our CarX guy. The festival starts today. It runs through Saturday. So it's going on right now through Saturday. St. Susanna over in Plainfield, live bands every night. The legendary ribeye steak dinner on Saturday night, too. All the usuals in this. Carnival rides, free kids games, casino games, the beer garden, and you got a $10,000 raffle working in there, too, which is nice. St. Susanna going on over in Plainfield. That's a shout-out to our friend J.R. Means and, of course, Joe Childers of the CarX locations over there. That is going on right now and through tomorrow over in Plainfield at St. Susanna. I also want to remind you of this. I don't know if there's any way you can get there, but Doug Bowles, Speedway president, called me right before I went on the air, and he said, hey, if you want to come over to IMS a little bit later on, the Hendrick Regional Health, they're having a party, and Styx is playing a private show over at the Speedway for the group from Hendricks Regional Health. So Styx, and that is, Dennis DeYoung's not a part of it. He hasn't been forever because he wanted to sing opera and everybody else in the band wanted to rock. So Dennis DeYoung has long since not been a part of it, but Tommy Shaw's greatness is still right there. So I don't know how you'd go about getting in other than finding or hoping that you know somebody that can get you in via Hendricks Regional Health. But a shout out to Doug Bowles, who asked me to go over there. I have not seen Styx in a long time, and that sounds like a pretty darn good party going on right there, for real. All right, just a couple of reminders, too. We got Colts Happy Hour coming up at the top of the hour right here. We'll get you updated on in preparation for preseason game number 2, which is tomorrow in Minnesota. So Colts Happy Hour for the next hour starts here at 6 o'clock. Now, tomorrow, in case you don't know, that is an 8 o'clock kick from Minneapolis. Of course, right here we got you covered. Matt Taylor, Joe Wrights, and the Gorman as a part of the Colts Radio Network. So we'll fire off the Colts pregame huddle coming up tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. So, yeah, I go from 5 until 7. Thus, the first hour of the JMV Takeover will be suspended until I start at 7. So essentially what happens is I will bolt over next door from 93.5 and 107.5 The Fan and get started on the JMV Takeover on B105.7 at 7 o'clock coming up tomorrow night. So 7 until midnight tomorrow night following the Colts pregame huddle. 93.5 and 107.5 here on The Fan for the Colts pregame huddle. And then B105.7, I shall fire that up for you from 7 until midnight tomorrow night. on B105.7. As far as the Colts are concerned, things to watch for coming up on Saturday. Yeah, easily Sam Ehlinger is going to get that start, and we'll see if, again, going into last week, and I had told you that the Colts had liked Ehlinger better than Eason to that point, and things, I think, had changed dynamically from that Saturday performance and then into the practices this week. And we'll see if Ehlinger is capable of doing anything that maybe makes more of a question than what the Colts brass may have about that right now. So he will get to start against Minnesota. You are going to see some starters for real coming up for the Colts tomorrow night in Minneapolis. And we'll see how that quarterback battle goes. We'll see if the left tackles can play any better whatsoever than they have so far, which has been, frankly, disastrous to this point. So we'll see if that's any better. Again, all coming up tomorrow night, preseason game number 2. And I'll get you covered coming up next week, beginning on Monday, with a recap of what took place. And, again, the final week of Colts camp going up in Westfield at Grant Park coming up next week as well. So we shall have you covered for that. And we've had a great show here today. Shout out to Coach Kent Murphy. Coach Kent Murphy, you can find him on Twitter. He's been fantastic with us. Ryan Nally, Josh Reddick, Brent Holverson, all our friends here in the backyard of Todd Wilhelm. We'll continue Backyard Bourbon broadcast. We'll fire up Colts Happy Hour with you, top of the hour. That's coming up next. Sit tight.
The Colts picked up their first win of the preseason.
Hands off to Benny LeMay. He's in there. A 1-yard touchdown run.
Now they head north to take on the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow. While the offense works on the quarterback, the defense looks to step it up.
We got to work on the little things. If we continue to work on those things, we'll continue to be a great